Also remind you that any spectator going onto the field or interrupting play in any manner will be ejected and subject to arrest. Also, the Long Island Ducks are happy to have fans keep any batted or thrown ball that goes into the stands this evening. And remember, fans, in the spirit of safety, the Long Island Ducks would like to remind you to please stay alert at all times because thrown or batted objects may be very, very dangerous. In consideration of the health and comfort of others, smoking is prohibited in all areas of our ballpark. If you need to smoke, please head toward the street lobby double doors, which is located on the upper concourse behind home plate. There are gate attendant will assist you. Long Island Ducks thank you for not smoking here at Best Baseball Park, making our ballpark smoke-free. And fans, join the Long Island Ducks in the team spirit by being responsible about alcohol consumption. Please take a look now at the Duck Vision scoreboard in left center field for these important words from Long Island Ducks coach Buddy Harrelson.
And Buddy Harrelson here. When we take the field, we have a plan. The Ducks in Suffolk County stop DWI. What you do have a plan too. If you're drinking alcohol, have a plan.
The Long Island Ducks and the Stop DWI program in Suffolk County hope you enjoyed tonight's game. And please, we'd like to remind you to have a plan to get home safely. If you've been drinking, don't drive. By all means, get a ride. Now, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, on this Thursday evening, a big night here at the ballpark with the Kids Health and Safety Expo presented by Stony Brook Children's. Let's turn things over to the Long Island Ducks outfield host. He's right there in front of the pitcher's mound here at Best Baseball Ballpark. Here he is, fast Freddie Borgione.
Thank you, Bullet Bob Ojo. Ducks fans, and welcome to Best Baseball Park on this absolutely beautiful night for baseball. The Long Island Ducks first. Want to thank tonight's game sponsors, Stony Brook Children's Hospital. They made it possible for the first 1,500 fans through the gates to receive those first aid kits here at Kids Health and Safety Expo Night. So once again, a big thank you to Stony Brook Hospital now out here on the field. We have Ducks coach Buddy Harrelson and from Stony Brook Children's Hospital, a critical care specialist. Fans, how about a big round of applause for Dr. Rahul Panasar. Keeping it around the third pitch right now. And Ducks coach Buddy Harrelson. His family's off to the side there to support him. Go ahead and fire it in. And that would be a strike. Great job. Once again, fans, big round of applause for Dr. Rahul Panasar. And a big round of applause for our game sponsor, Stony Brook Children's Hospital.
Baseball fans, the Leah Sod Farms proudly presenting the 2016 Long Island Ducks Scrimmage Crew, keeping the field here at Best Baseball Park the best in the Atlantic League. That's the Leah Sod Farms, serving Long Island for over 70 years. And fans, before the ball game begins, don't forget to stop by the many information tables that have been set up by Stony Brook Children's Hospital for screenings, for giveaways, and an opportunity to learn more about keeping your kids healthy.
This is Long Island Ducks Baseball.
Justin Davies at the plate, the winning run at third. Crowd going nuts. Swung on, bouncing ball left side, off the mitt, up third baseman Brad Strauss. Here comes Willie Rodriguez. Justin Davies has done it again. The Ducks are one quack away from the championship.
Jason Johnson makes the catch. He makes the catch, and the Long Island Ducks have swept the Camden River Sharks. They are the 2004 Atlantic League champions.
Line
pitch, bunts, up the third baseline. Esquivel charging in. They're not going to have a play, and the Ducks are the champions of the Atlantic League here in 2012. Going back is Adam Bailey. He settles under it. He makes the catch. Adam Bailey makes the catch. And for a second straight year, the Atlantic League trophy will reside on Long Island. The Ducks are the Atlantic League champions.
And now it's time for the Long Island Ducks Northwell Health Southside Hospital pregame show.
Live from Bethpage Ballpark in Central Islip, New York, it's time once again for Long Island Ducks baseball. And tonight the Long Island Ducks take on the New Britain Bees in the finale of a 3-game series with Long Island going for the sweep. Well, hello again, everyone. This is Chris King. I thank you so much for tuning into Ducks baseball tonight around the world, of course, at liducks.com and, of course, on our flagship radio station for news, traffic, and weather, 103.9 LI News Radio. It's been a great series so far for the Long Island Ducks. On Tuesday night, a 5-4 victory over these New Britain Bees. Last night, a 6-2 win, and tonight they go for their 4th sweep of the season if they can come up victorious against the newest team in the Atlantic League from New Britain, Connecticut, the Bees. And every game crucial right now for both of these squads. Just 19 games remaining in the season's first half to declare a Liberty Division champion and a team that will clinch a playoff spot. Right now, the Ducks a half game back of the first-place Somerset Patriots, and the New Britain Bees, falling fast, are now 5.5 games behind the first-place defending Atlantic League champions. So both clubs desperate for a victory. The Ducks have won 3 straight and 5 of the last 6. The New Britain Bees have dropped 5 in a row, though, their longest losing streak of the season. Should be a good one. Long Island throws their ace on the hill tonight. Mark Blackmore, the right-hander, comes in with a 4-1 record and the best earned run average in the Atlantic League at 2.02. New Britain counters with their own right-hander, Sean Haviland, who's 2-1 and a 3.76 earned run average. Well, the newest member of the Long Island Ducks is Dan Johnson, and he joined the Ducks on Tuesday night here. He's got over 400 games of Major League experience. In the lineup tonight is a first baseman and cleanup hitter, but he's also a pitcher. That's right, he throws a knuckleball. So a lot to talk about with the newest member of the flock, Dan Johnson, when we return to Central Islip.
Hey fans, this is Kevin Byers, manager of the Long Island Ducks, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on Long Island's home for news, traffic, and weather, 103.9 LI News Radio.
Northwell Health Southside Hospital in Bayshore is the healthcare heart of our community. We provide outstanding healthcare right here at home with centers of excellence in cardiology, orthopedics, neurosciences, women's health services, and much more. Experience counts, and Northwell Health Southside Hospital has been around for nearly a century of care. For more information, please call 631-968-3000 or visit us on the web at northwell.edu.
Can't get enough of the Long Island Ducks? Well, now you can get even more inside info on your favorite hometown team through Facebook and Twitter. The Ducks are constantly updating fans through social media with scores, transactions, ballpark promotions, and much more. You can even win great prizes. All you'll need to do is make a free account on Facebook and Twitter, and then visit us at facebook.com/LIDucks and twitter.com/LIDucks. Think you're Long Island's biggest Ducks fan? Get connected now.
Chris King back at Bethpage Ballpark. Another gorgeous evening for baseball, and again the finale of a 3-game set tonight between your Long Island Ducks and the New Britain Bees. Well, again, the newest member of the Long Island Ducks is Dan Johnson. He arrived on Tuesday, coming over in a trade with the Bridgeport Bluefish. He brings with him over 400 games of Major League experience with the A's, the Rays, the Jays, the White Sox, the Orioles, and the Cardinals. And not only did Kevin Byers immediately insert him at first base and as his cleanup hitter with the Ducks banged up injury-wise, but he also can throw a knuckleball. He can also pitch. Well, he certainly made a little history, though, on Tuesday night because his first hit as a Duck was a big one. It was a 3-3 game in the opening of the 3-game set between the Ducks and the New Britain Bees when he came to bat and with one swing of the bat launched himself into Ducks history, and it also was an epic call from my partner David Weiss back on Tuesday night.
Right field, going back is Michael Krause. He is looking up. And that one, on a June evening, a popular month for weddings. Here comes some fun. Dan Johnson just hit a home run. Down the aisle and around the bases. Dearly beloved, we're all done. The ball is way out there. Time for the catered affair. Home run number 1, Dan Johnson. Ducks lead 4-3.
Well, nobody can do a home run call like David Weiss, and that indeed the first hit as a Duck for Dan Johnson. So 2 games in, he's got 2 hits, he scored 2 runs, he's driven in 2, and I had a chance to sit down with Johnson before tonight's game and asked him about his first 2 games with the Flock. Here's Dan.
Well, so far so good. Showing up and seeing how professional everything has been here and going out there and getting a couple wins under the belt. Everything's been great.
How nice is it to have your first hit as a Long Island Duck be a home run?
Well, any home run's great right now. And, just go out and hit it at the time I did, get a good feeling going and, kind of feel like you're contributing to, how they're doing.
What was your impression of the Long Island Ducks from the other side? Their biggest rival is obviously the Bridgeport Bluefish.
Well, being on the other side of things, we were struggling over on the other side. So, seeing how guys were carrying themselves and, how they were actually enjoying coming to the field, it was something that you kind of envied a little bit. And then, being able to come over here and put on a uniform and where winning is most of what you're about. And, getting the chance to come out here and help contribute with this side of it, it's a good feeling.
Well, I know Lou Ford hasn't played with you yet, but certainly you've played against him many times. And to join his team and have him as the bench coach here, what's that like for you?
It's great. Well, being from Minnesota, and playing against him up there and, talking with him and, going over some old stories of, playing against each other and just a little bit about this league.
Well, Dan, you come in with so many games of major league experience. What stands out for you in your time in the big leagues?
Well, obviously the few home runs that I have in the clutch situations have really stuck out for me. Having that ability, that the past track record of getting in those situations and somehow coming through.
Was the Atlantic League the choice for you because of its success in getting players back?
Well, see, I actually hurt myself during spring training, and if I stayed in affiliated ball, I was shut down for until June 1st, and getting the pitching, and to me that's going to send me back another 3 months essentially. When trying to learn something new, and it was one of those things that I just wanted to be able to kind of dictate my own schedule of being able to throw and getting some swings in. So. It was a choice that we kind of made together and went with it.
Well, tell me about that, the pitching side of things. How did that happen for you?
Well, it's always been something. I think it was 2013. The Yankees came to me and asked, they heard something about my knuckleball or something, and Gil Patterson was the pitching coordinator at the time, and he's like, "This is going to sound crazy, but will you come out and throw a bullpen for me?" And I said, "Sure, why not?" And then one thing led to another. Ended up started throwing some sides there, and then did a little bit more when we went with Toronto. And then this offseason, the Tampa Bay Rays were really looking for somebody to do that, and they knew about me pitching, so they had me come down, throw a bullpen for them, and then ended up signing, I think, a 2-year deal. And then 3 bullpens in, my arm was hanging, shut down, and had to try to heal, try to rehab, and one thing led to another, and then this was a way that I could go and kind of dictate what I needed to do, and here I am.
How did the knuckleball join your repertoire?
Oh, how did it join? That's the only thing I got.
Okay.
so the repertoire, that was the sole reason why I'm pitching. It's not because I throw hard or anything like that. It's I've always had a pretty good knuckleball. Playing with it since I was a kid, and just the things to all fall in place the way it lined up like this, and getting the opportunity and seeing some of the success I was having with it. So it's something that I'm trying to pursue now.
Have you been able to spend any time with other knuckleballers and learn from them?
Well, I played with Dickey in 2014. And then even with the Yankees, Wakamatsu's caught knuckleballers in the past, and some of the catchers, able to talk with them and see how they saw things from the catching side of things, and then working with Charlie Haggard during spring training this year, and another knuckleball guy, and just kind of picking their brains, seeing the mentality of things and how they go about it, and then obviously watching them on TV.
Well, you mentioned that being your only pitch in your repertoire. Obviously, there must be something else, but what percentage would you estimate that you throw that knuckleball?
It depends on what day it is, really. I went out there, and I think one of my starts I threw 2 fastballs the entire start. Through 5 innings. And then, it's nice to have both going, but for me, it's so new. It takes guys years to usually, come up and be able to pitch. So, and I'm trying to learn it as fast as I can. So, I don't have any kind of mechanics to fall back on. So that's where I kind of run into the problems, is being able to repeat the pitches and get the good feel out there. So, I've been able to make it by, and each time I've gotten better and better. And now hopefully now that, I get in a better situation here and get some work in, get the arm back in shape, and see where we go from there.
Well, you certainly are a rarity, though, as a position player and a pitcher. Have you had the chance yet to go literally from first base where your manager puts you on the mound from there? Kevin Baez said he would if he needed to.
Yeah, no, that hasn't happened yet.
Okay.
It's been one of those things. I'm so new to it. It's kind of like feeling how it goes, and as most knuckleballers are, I don't know of any that really come out of the bullpen. So it's one of those things that looking at it, it's probably one of those things that starting's probably where you'll be, but obviously being able to come in to help a team in any way is what you're there for.
Well, Dan, congratulations on a big home run as your first hit as a Duck. We look forward to seeing that knuckleball when you take the hill, and good luck tonight.
All right, thank you.
Again, that is Dan Johnson, the newest member of the flock, indeed back in the lineup tonight, hitting cleanup, playing first base, not pitching just yet, but it's always fun to watch a knuckleballer when they take the hill, and I'm sure that'll happen shortly in his Ducks career for the former big leaguer of over 400 games in the major leagues, Dan Johnson. We'll take a break, and when we come back, a closer look at the pitching matchup for tonight's finale of this three-game set between the Ducks and the Bees. For Long Island, it's the right-hander Mark Blackmar. He comes in with a league-best ERA of 2.02, and New Britain counters with their own right-hander, a local boy for them from Connecticut, Sean Haviland, who's at 2-1 and 3.76 his earned run average.
Hey fans, this is Bud Harrelson, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on Long Island's home for news, traffic, and weather. 103.9 LI News Radio.
Northwell Health Southside Hospital in Bayshore is the healthcare heart of our community. We provide outstanding healthcare right here at home with centers of excellence in cardiology, orthopedics, neurosciences, women's health services, and much more. Experience counts, and Northwell Health Southside Hospital has been around for nearly a century of care. For more information, please call 631-968-3000 or visit us on the web at northwell.edu.
Few places on Earth offer the charm and excitement of Fire Island. At Fire Island Ferries, located conveniently at 99 Maple Avenue in Bayshore, they offer convenient travel to Fire Island 7 days a week. Fire Island is quickly becoming a top destination for families of all ages. Experience the informal, carefree communities, the dazzling night scene, enjoy fine dining, or climb to the top of one of the tallest lighthouses in the United States. But there's only one way to get there, by calling Fire Island Ferries at 631-665-3600 today. For fare and scheduling information, please visit fireislandferries.com.
Chris King back at Bethpage Ballpark before tonight's tilt between the Long Island Ducks and the New Britain Bees. Long Island enters at 29-22. Right now, second in the Liberty Division, just a half game back of the first-place Somerset Patriots, who will host York tonight in the battle of the division leaders. New Britain at 24-27, right now third in the Liberty, and 5.5 games back of the first-place defending Atlantic League champions. Again, right-hander Mark Blackmar goes for Long Island tonight, a 4-1 record and a 2.02 earned run average to lead the Atlantic League. The Bees counter with their own right-hander, Sean Haviland, 2-1 and a 3.76 ERA. It's an interesting rematch of a May 29th game here between these two pitchers that was won by Long Island by the score of 12-3. It was the worst outing of the year for Sean Haviland, but since then he's bounced back strong, coming off his two best outings, and he'll hope to salvage the finale of the three-game set for New Britain here tonight. Well, the Ducks going for the sweep. They take the field, and we'll take a break, and when we come back, the starting lineup and the first pitch of tonight's game between the Long Island Ducks and the New Britain Bees.
Hey fans, this is Marty Jansen, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on Long Island's home for news, traffic, and weather. 1039 LI News Radio.
Northwell Health Southside Hospital in Bayshore is the healthcare heart of our community. We provide outstanding healthcare right here at home with centers of excellence in cardiology, orthopedics, neurosciences, women's health services, and much more. Experience counts, and Northwell Health Southside Hospital has been around for nearly a century of care. For more information, please call 631-968-3000 or visit us on the web at northwell.edu.
Family fun every time.
Beautiful evening for baseball.
Big action every time.
He reaches up, it's gone!
Great value every time.
And the Ducks have won it 7-1.
The Ducks schedule is loaded with new promotions this season, and with an average ticket price of just $10 and free parking, there is no better value on Long Island. For game times and tickets, visit liducks.com. Long Island Ducks baseball. Good times every time.
Welcome back to Bethpage Ballpark in Central Islip, New York. Chris King along for the ride with you here tonight before this game between the Long Island Ducks and the New Britain Bees. The starting lineup for the Bees, as penciled in by manager Stan Clyburn. Steve Carrillo will lead it off at shortstop. Greg Golson, the former Yankee, bats second in left field. Jovan Rosa, the third baseman, hits third, and Craig Maddox is the DH and cleanup man. Jonathan Roof at second base bats fifth. Kevin Revers at first base hits sixth. John Jones is the seven hitter in center field. Anthony Hewitt, the right fielder, bats eighth. Nick Murphy will catch and hit ninth. And on the mound, the right-hander Sean Haviland, again 2-1 on the season with a 3.76 earned run average. For Kevin Baez, Long Island Ducks, again, they're a half game out of first place in the Liberty Division, trying to track down the Somerset Patriots, the defending Atlantic League champions. 19 games remaining in the final 18 days of the first half. The red-hot Phelan Lentini leads off in right field. Delta Cleary Jr. bats second in center. Ruben Gotai, the former Met, at second base hitting third. And Dan Johnson, the newcomer, swings cleanup and plays first base. Cody Puckett at third base hits fifth. Mike Blank will DH and bat sixth. Mike Dowd catches and hits seventh. Anthony Vega, coming off a big night last night, will play left field and bat eighth. And Matt Wessinger is the shortstop and nine-hitter. On the hill right now, going through his warm-ups, the youngest member of the Long Island Ducks, 24-year-old Mark Blackmar. The right-hander stands 6'3", 240 pounds, from Corpus Christi, Texas. He's in his first year as a Long Island Duck and his first year in the Atlantic League. It's his sixth year of professional baseball. And again, he leads the Atlantic League in earned run average, coming in at 2.02. Also a 4-1 record, and those 4 wins just one away from the league lead. There are 4 other pitchers who've won 5 games this year, including his teammate Jack Snodgrass, who was the winning pitcher last night for Long Island in the 6-2 win. Ducks took Tuesday's game 5-4, so again, Long Island going for the sweep here tonight. Just about set for baseball is climbing into the right-hand batter's box as the leadoff man and shortstop for the New Britain Bees. That is Steve Carrillo, batting .242, no homers, and 4 runs batted in. Just a gorgeous night for baseball. The fans still filing in. So come on out to the ballpark if you're looking for some great entertainment tonight here in Central Islip. First pitch from Blackmar splits the plate in half, and strike one. We are underway here tonight. So 6:38 our first pitch, and second pitch should get us the temperature. It's low and outside, 101.
The official Southern Transportation Services temperature of tonight's ball game is a very delightful 75 degrees.
Bob O'Tone, our PA announcer, the bullet. He knows how to put it, a very delightful 75 degrees. The 1-1 here is tap foul behind home plate, right to the on-deck circle where that former Yankee, as I mentioned, Greg Golson, is waiting. He makes the grab. And the count 1-2 now on Steve Carrillo, the leadoff man for these New Britain Bees, who again have lost 5 straight games. Their first 5-game losing streak of their inaugural season in the Atlantic League. Desperate to break it here tonight. 1-2 is a slow roll to third. Charging is Cody Puckett. Fields fires across the diamond to Dan Johnson, and Carrillo retired 5-3 for the opening out of the game. Again, behind Mark Blackmar tonight, it is Dan Johnson at first, Ruben Gotai at second, Matt Wessinger the shortstop, and Cody Puckett around at third. Anthony Vegas in left, Delta Cleary Jr. in center, Phelan Lentini in right, and Mike Dowd does the catching. Exact same lineup defensively and exact same batting order that Kevin Baez used last night in the 6-2 win. So one away, here is Greg Golson, the left fielder and 2-hitter from the right side. So righty-righty for Blackmar, who misses up high, and the count 1-0. Golson batting .305, a homer, and 12 runs batted in. He's had an unbelievable series, 6 for 10 in the 2 games so far. Here he fouls one over the netting back behind home plate, and the count even up on Golson at 1-1. He had a monster game here Tuesday night in the 5-4 loss for New Britain, went 4 for 5, scored twice, drove in a run, had a solo homer, 3 singles, and stole a base. A 1-1 is low and in, and it's 2 balls and a strike. Our home plate umpire tonight, Tom Gandolfo Jr. It's Fred DeJesus at first, and the man in black around at third is John LeBone. The righty Blackmar is 2-1. Slashed foul down the right field line off the end of the bat of Golson, and the count now 2-2. Right now the sunshine is from the back of the mound all the way to the outfield walls, and from the back of the mound to home plate is bathed in the shadows. So the infielders, the outfielders, going to have to pick up that ball coming out of the shadows when it's put into play by Golson. 2-2, got him on the hand. Ooh, he tried to check his swing and get out of the way, but I believe it got him on the left hand. And Greg Golson walking around towards his dugout on the third base side in some obvious pain. Kevin Baez coming out to talk to home plate umpire Tom Gandolfo. I think Kevin's trying to say it hit the bat. He may have heard the sound of wood and the ball rather than the hand and the ball. So let's see how they rule it here, as Golson being attended to right now by the trainer for the New Britain Bees. Appears to be okay, and let's see if he's going to go get the bat or go to first base. Well, he's reaching for the bat, and I think they're going to rule that it actually may have hit the knob of the bat and then his hand. So a break for the Ducks is not going to be a hit by pitch for Blackmar. Instead, the count's going to remain 2-2 on Greg Golson. Again, Golson, I mentioned, a former Yankee, 33 games with the Bronx Bombers in the 2010 and 2011 seasons. So he's back in and get a 2-2. And that runs letter high, and the count now full on Golson. No score, top of the first. Finale of a 3-game set for Long Island and New Britain. First time this year the Ducks have taken a series from the newest member of the Atlantic League, the Bees. Payoff pitch up and in, ball 4. So Golson does get his way aboard on the first walk of the night for Mark Blackmar. Ducks played a 3-game set in Connecticut in late April against these Bees. They dropped 2 of 3. And then New Britain made their first visit to Long Island in late May, and the squad split a 4-game series. So the Ducks already have the series win in this 3-game set by winning last night and Tuesday night. And now they'll go for what would be their 4th series sweep of the season against any team in the Atlantic League. So 1 on, 1 out. Here's the 3-hitter and third baseman from the right side. It's Jovan Rosa, their best player so far this year. Golson takes off immediately. The pitch is a strike. The throw by Dowd. Grabbed by the second baseman, Gotay, and he applies the tag. Oh, it was one hop in, but Gotay dug it out. And Golson, who had 8 steals and 10 tries this year, is gunned down. So caught stealing for just the 3rd time all year. What a throw by Mike Dowd. And again, the pitch was strike 1 to Jovan Rosa at the dish. So the caught stealing goes 2-4, and now 2 away, nobody on. And pitch in tight to Rosa here, 1 ball and 1 strike. So Golson was off immediately. Dowd gunned him down to Gotay. And now a 1-1 to Rosa is slashed back to the screen. A ball and 2 strikes. Again, their leading hitter is Jovan Rosa at .309. He has the 6th best average in the Atlantic League. He also leads the Bees in homers with 7. That's tied for 5th in the Atlantic League. And he's New Britain's leading guy, knocking runs in as well, 27 of those. 1-2 low and outside here from Blackmar, and the count 2 balls and 2 strikes. So now 2 away, nobody on. Top of the first, no score between the Ducks and the Bees. Blackmar, the right-hander from right in the middle of the rubber, deals. And that just missed outside. Boy, he thought he had it. And it was framed nice by Dowd, but home plate umpire Tom Gandolfo Jr. says, nope. Just a bit wide. It's ball 3 instead, and the count now full. So a 2-out payoff coming in this righty-righty matchup. And now a tapper foul down at the dish. We'll do it all over again. And here at Bethpage Ballpark, 400 feet to dead center field, 325 down the lines. And no wind at all to speak of, as the flags down the right field line remain at half staff in honor of the tragedy, of course, early Sunday morning down in Orlando. 3-2 here is hit down the right field line, but twisting out of play into the seats. And good battle right here by Jovan Rosa to try to keep the inning alive for New Britain against Mark Blackmar. So once again, a 3-2 offering. Blackmar kicks and comes home. And this way low and outside, so back-to-back walks for Blackmar and a 2-out runner in Rosa. A little unusual for Blackmar to have 2 walks in the first inning.
Number 24, Craig Maddox. Number 24.
He's only walked more than 2 in a game twice this year. He had 3 walks against the Bees the last time he faced them, and his season high is 4 walks against the Somerset Patriots here in May. So Maddox, the hitter, Craig Maddox, C-R-A-I-G, not Greg like the legendary Major League pitcher. And the DH and lefty, the cleanup man in, and takes ball 1 from Blackmar. Rosa held on at first by Dan Johnson for Long Island. 1-0. Way up and outside on a fastball. It's 2-0. Maddox on the year hitting .297, 6 homers, 24 runs batted in. Sat out last night's game. He was 1 for 5 here Tuesday night, and the Bees 5-4 loss to Long Island. Had a single, scored a run, and struck out twice. Still no score in the top of the first. 2 away and a man on for New Britain. Blackmar's 2-0 is grounded past the diving shortstop Wessinger and into left field. It was just to his right. So first hit of the game for New Britain. And they're trying to mount a little 2-out rally here as they have first and second for Jonathan Ruth.
Hitting in the field position, Bees second baseman number 2, Jonathan Ruth, number 2.
So Ruth, the second baseman and 5 hitter, swings from the right side, where on the season he's a .273 hitter, a pair of homers, and 16 runs batted in. Went 2 for 4 last night with a double. And that was the only extra base hit for New Britain in the game, as Duck pitchers limited them to 9 hits, 8 of those singles. Takes a breaking ball low and outside from Blackmar, and the count 1-0. So Rosa leads away from second, Maddox the same from first. Blackmar stares into Dowd, and then comes set right at his belt. Marks 1-0, got the outside corner at the knees to even up the count. I'm going to mention Blackmar, first year for the Ducks, first year in the Atlantic League, 6th year of pro ball, selected by the Orioles back in the 16th round of the 2011 draft. Is 1-1, up and in for ball 2. He spent the first 4 years of his affiliated career in the Orioles organization, playing rookie and A ball only, then finally got up to Double-A last year in the White Sox organization. And he begins his first season as a Long Island Duck in style, leading the league in earned run average and just 1 off the league lead in wins. 2-1 is popped up down the left field line. Cody Puckett, the third baseman, fighting the sun, gives way to the shortstop behind him, Matt Wessinger, who on the warning track is able to make the catch in foul territory, and that will retire the side. So for New Britain, no runs a hit, 2 walks and 2 left. Middle of the first tonight at Bethpage Ballpark in Central Islip, New York. It's the New Britain Bees 0 and the Long Island Ducks coming to bat.
Hey fans, this is outfielder and bench coach Lou Ford, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on Long Island's home for news, traffic, and weather, 1039 LI News Radio.
Oh, I love it! The color of my new Nicolot patio is so vibrant. It's unlike anything I've ever seen.
You're welcome. I'm just going to go finish that Nicolot walkway now.
Make your pavers vivid Nicolot pavers. The best looking, most vibrant pavers with the most 3-color blends in the industry. Featuring Nicolot's exclusive paver shield and color blending technology. With color throughout and guaranteed not to fade. Live life in color with Nicolot. Visit Nicolot.com.
Bethpage Ballpark is a great place to watch a ball game, so why not do so from some of the best seats in the house? The Ducks are proud to present the brand new Long Island Ducks Beer Garden. Open for all fans on nights when the Smokin' Owl's party deck has not been reserved, the Beer Garden will feature a variety of frosty draft and bottled brews, as well as several food choices. The area has been decked out with bar rail seating and Ducks branded furniture to provide a comfortable atmosphere for everyone. Be sure to stop by and check out the brand new Long Island Ducks Beer Garden on your next visit to the ballpark.
We head to the bottom of the first in a scoreless game between the Ducks and the Bees tonight here at Bethpage Ballpark in Central Islip, New York. And the Ducks and Municipal Credit Union have teamed up this season to present the Walk with a Purpose promotion. Every time a Long Island Ducks player walks, Municipal Credit Union will make a donation to the Quacker Jack Foundation. Municipal Credit Union serving members since 1916. So Phelan Lentini to lead it off for Long Island, the right fielder, and number one hitter in Kevin Baez's order is a right-handed stick, and Lentini having himself a season. Right now batting .339, third best average in the Atlantic League. He's got 4 homers, 29 runs batted in. First pitch from right-hander Sean Haviland to him is down and away for ball 1. Haviland, a 30-year-old righty from Middletown, Connecticut. That's about 12 miles south of New Britain, Connecticut, so he is the local boy. And here Lentini pops up the second pitch down the left field line in foul territory. Long run for everybody for the Bees, and they can't get there in time as it reaches the seats. Well, behind Haviland defensively tonight for New Britain, they have Kevin Rivers at first, Jonathan Roof at second, Steve Carrillo the shortstop, and Jovan Rosa at third. Greg Golson's in left, John Jones in center, Anthony Hewitt in right, and Nick Murphy does the catching. Again, Haviland on the year, 2-1, 3.76 earned run average. His 1-1 is on the ground to short. Steve Carrillo gobbles it up, sidearms across the diamond, and Lentini retired 6-3 for the first out in the home first.
Batting in the second position for Long Island, the center fielder number 5, Delta Cleary Jr., number 5.
So here's the center fielder and two-man, switch hitting Delta Cleary Jr. He will bat left-handed against the righty Haviland. And on the year, Delta hitting .263, no homers, 7 runs batted in. Takes the first pitch downstairs for a ball, and the count 1-0. The Ducks were thrilled to welcome Delta back to the lineup Sunday in Southern Maryland. And the finale of that 6-game road trip, a 14-4 win. 1-0 runs low and in, 2-0 to Delta. He had missed over a month with a hand injury after being hit by a pitch back on May the 10th. He'll see a 2-0 here from Haviland. And he goes after it, serves it into left field. It'll bounce in front of the left fielder, Greg Golson. So first hit of the series for Delta Cleary Jr., who was 0 for 7 in the 2 wins last night and Tuesday. So here's the former New York Met, Ruben Gotay, switch hitting second baseman in the 3-hole tonight for Kevin Baez. He'll stand in from the left side, where he's batting .297, 3 homers, 14 runs batted in. So Cleary Jr. at first, held on by Kevin Rivers. He has 4 steals this year. He's not been caught. Does not go. And the first pitch to Gotay, up and away for ball 1. The Ducks have by far the fewest times caught stealing for any team in the Atlantic League this year. They have 31 stolen bases. They've only been caught stealing 4 times in 35 total attempts. Unbelievable success rate. Here the pitch taken for a strike at the knees on the outside edge by Gotay, and that'll even up the count at 1-1. Right in the middle of the rubber is where right-hander Sean Haviland works from. Staring into his catcher, Nick Murphy. Set right at the letters. Holds that set in the 1-1. Breaking ball, late strike call by home plate umpire Tom Gandolfo. As it just nicked the inner edge, it's 1-2. First year in New Britain for Haviland, his first year in the Atlantic League, and 8th year of pro ball for the righty, who was selected by the A's back in the 33rd round of the 2008 draft out of Harvard University. Taking off on the pitch is Delta Cleary Jr. It's down in the dirt. No throw at all from catcher Nick Murphy. And Delta has his 5th stolen base of the season. Puts himself in scoring position now for Gotay with 1 away. So you know Haviland brings the smarts anytime you can spend 4 years at Harvard. And again, born in Middletown, Connecticut. Goes to college there up in New England and plays for the hometown team now, the New Britain Bees. Count 2-2 on Gotay. And he rips it down the right field line, but foul, just outside of first. Off and running was Delta Cleary Jr. from Second, he would have scored easily if that's a fair ball, but he'll head back, and the count remains 2-2. For Haviland, he spent the first 6 years of his pro career, all of it, in the A's organization, going from single A through triple A, and then last year played for the Red Sox and the White Sox, finally getting to triple A again with both of those teams. But he has not been able to take that next step to the major leagues. So again, he's been at the triple A level with the A's, the Red Sox, and the White Sox, but just has not been able to take that final step to what they call the show. Here he asks Nick Murphy, his catcher, to run through the signs once again. 2-2 to go tie. Is launched in the air to right field and deep. Back toward the wall is Anthony Hewitt at the track, and that ball is gone! A 2-run homer to right for Ruben Gotay, his 4th of the season, and the Ducks have a 2-0 lead. Well, right now the New Britain Bees are trying to argue that this one went foul, but the home plate umpire, Tom Gandolfo Jr., signaled home run, and Gotay's in his trot. He steps on the plate. Here comes Stan Clyburn, the manager of New Britain. And right now the guys in black, the umpires, Gandolfo, De Jesus, and LeBone, are going to get together and talk about it. So I thought it was well inside the pole, but I think they're claiming it went around the outside of the pole. Instead, Clyburn's argument is a short one, and now all three umpires will chat about this. So again, Gotay had a homer here on Tuesday night. He also had a home run Sunday afternoon in Southern Maryland. So Gotay only had one homer in his first 24 games as a Long Island Duck. If this one counts, he'll have 3 homers in his last 4 contests. They have put the 2 spot on the board for Long Island, and we'll see if it's going to stick. Clyburn right now is allowing the 3 umpires to discuss it. They're between the mound and first base, but the call on the field originally was home run for Ruben Gotay. So big call here in the bottom of the first. If it's a homer, Ducks have a 2-run lead. If it's not, we're still 0-0. Clyburn has actually made his way all the way back to the dugout here. So let's see what they rule, as Kevin Baez now will go and talk to the umpires. I have a feeling they're going to take that home run off the board. So now Kevin is getting hot with the umpiring crew, and he's pointing right to where the umpire was who made the call of home run, saying, how can you change that call now? So Kevin shaking his head. He's standing right between the trio of gentlemen in black uniforms, and I believe they have changed this call. Indeed, they've taken the 2 spot off the board for Ruben Gotay, who, after rounding the bases, has come back to home plate. So it looks like it was the home run that wasn't for Ruben Gotay. And Kevin's still continuing his discussion, as obviously the Bees have won this argument for now. The 2 runs come off the board. Gotay loses what would have been home run 4 and RBIs 15 and 16. But Kevin's not going to let it go here in the bottom of the first of what has now returned to being a scoreless game. But it appears the Baez won't win this argument. Umpires got together and overruled the original call of home run. So, just a long foul ball. Of course, no video replay here that Kevin could use the challenge like you have in the major leagues. And now it's Delta Cleary Jr., who is sitting in the dugout, having scored on the homer, back to second base. And the count remains 2-2 on a long, loud foul ball down the right field line for Ruben Gotay. So it's back to baseball. Scoreless game, bottom of the first, and 1 away. 2-2 again. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. So instead of Haviland allowing a 2-run homer, the umpires reverse the call. He strikes out Gotay for the second out of the inning in his first K tonight.
Dan Johnson, number 26.
Unbelievable turn of events in favor of New Britain. So here's the newest member of the Ducks, Dan Johnson, their first baseman tonight, batting cleanup, a left-handed hitter. 2-out hitter with Delta Cleary Jr. still at second base. Haviland, the righty's pitch. Well hit to right field. Moving over towards the line is Kevin Rivers, still going over into foul territory, but it is out of play in the seats and then bounces back onto the field. Again, Johnson joined the Ducks from the Bridgeport Bluefish in a trade Monday for a player to be named later. And in his debut here, Tuesday night in the 5-4 win, his very first hit as a Duck was a solo homer to right center in the bottom of the fifth that broke a 3-3 tie and gave the Ducks the 4-3 victory. He also drew 2 walks in that game. And then last night, 1 for 4 with a run batted in. So hits in both of his first 2 games as a Duck for Dan Johnson. 0-1 is low and inside, and he too's been homer happy of late. In his second to last game with the Bridgeport Bluefish on Wednesday up in Bridgeport against the Barnstormers, he went 3 for 4 with 2 homers, 2 runs scored, and 3 RBIs. So you put it together, Johnson 3 homers in his last 4 games, 2 as a Fish, 2 as a Duck. Games, that is, and the homers have been 2 for Bridgeport and 1 for Long Island. He takes down in the dirt here, and the count 2-1 on Dan Johnson. We hope you had a chance to join us for our pregame interview prior to tonight's game with him, where the veteran of over 400 big league games talked about joining the Ducks and also throwing a knuckleball. He's a knuckleball pitcher as well as a first baseman and a darn good hitter, too. Johnson will get the 2-1, and that a backdoor curve that missed from Haviland. And the count now 3 balls and a strike on Dan Johnson. So he said he hasn't had the occasion yet where he's playing first base and is called into a game. As a knuckleballer, he prefers to start games, not relieve. 3-1 is just away. It's ball 4. And the first walk of the night for Sean Haviland, who didn't want to make a mistake, to Dan Johnson there and put him aboard. And that is our first Municipal Credit Union walk with a purpose. Every time a Ducks batter walks, the Quackerjack Foundation wins. Now, last night for New Britain in their 6-2 loss to the Ducks, he used 3 different pitchers, but not a single one of them issued a base on balls to a Long Island Duck in that game. So here's the first walk of the game. Johnson at first, Cleary at second, 2 away for Cody Puckett, the 5-hitter and third baseman. He grounds it to the third baseman, Jovan Rosa, in foul territory, falls down. He grabbed it in fair and then lost his balance in foul and may have twisted an ankle. He's slow to get up. He had no play at all. So it's an infield single to third for Cody Puckett, and the bases are loaded for Mike Blank. So Delta Cleary Jr. to third, Dan Johnson to first, Dan Johnson to second, Cody Puckett at first, and the 2-out hitter is the 6-man in DH from the right side, Mike Blank. No score, bottom of the first, 2 away, bases full of Ducks for Blank. An early jam here for Haviland, who will try to wiggle out. Blank will step out. He's hitting .260, 4 homers, 21 runs batted in, and had a home run here last night in the bottom of the 6th. It's a solo shot that gave the Ducks a 6-2 lead. Here he fouls one at the plate for strike 1. Ducks have had only 1 grand slam this year. Tyler Colvin hit it back on May 25th, and it won $10,000 for Andrew Kratzer of Wantagh on our winning inning Wednesday. 0-1 is low and outside, 1-1. So that was Colvin's first home run as a Duck. It's a grand slam, and a lucky fan went home 10 grand richer. 1-1 the count on Mike Blank. Puts it in the air, high to right center field. The center fielder, John Jones, calling everybody off in the sun, fights it, and makes the grab to retire the side. So the Ducks threaten but do not score. They have the home run turned around on a call by the umpires. That would have been a long ball for Ruben Gotay. Instead, no runs, 2 hits, a walk, and they leave the bases loaded. 1 in the books tonight in Central Islip. No score between the Ducks and the Bees.
Hey fans, this is right-handed pitcher John Brownell, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on Long Island's home for news, traffic, and weather. 1039 LI News Radio.
Municipal Credit Union is a proud sponsor of the Long Island Ducks. For 100 years, MCU has helped New Yorkers achieve their goals with competitive financial products and services. Meet your important or unexpected needs with an MCU personal loan. Whether it's the cost of moving, a family vacation, or even home repairs, an MCU personal loan is a simple solution. To learn more about how an MCU personal loan can work for you, visit nymcu.org today. MCU, celebrating 100 years of service.
M&V Limousines is the official bus company of the Long Island Ducks. Family owned and operated, they've been in the business for over 23 years. M&V Limousines offers coach buses with Wi-Fi and restrooms, party buses, exotic limousines, and so much more. Whether you're looking for transportation for weddings, proms, corporate outings, or long-distance trips, they've got the right vehicle for you. Visit their showroom in Comac or check them out online at mvlimo.com. M&V Limousines, the official bus company of the Long Island Ducks.
One inning in the book tonight at Bethpage Ballpark. No score between the Long Island Ducks and the New Britain Bees. And the Ducks Health Report is brought to you by Island Shore Physical Therapy, the official therapist of the Long Island Ducks. Ducks are still really banged up. It's actually amazing that they're playing as well as they are. Winners of 3 straight and 5 of 6 without 3 of their best players. Lou Ford, the league's leading hitter and former MVP of the Atlantic League, still out with a hamstring injury. Dan Lyons, who's in the top 10 in hitting this year and is the Ducks MVP of the year ago, also with a hamstring injury. The defending Atlantic League batting champion, Sean Burrows, is out with shoulder soreness, and Tyler Colvin still has a leg injury. So the Ducks also bringing back Carlos Hughes today, the native of Trenton, New Jersey, just to add a healthy body off the bench because Blake T. Cody was the only player available off the bench, and even he is banged up a little bit. So Kevin looking for some healthy bodies as inning 2 gets underway in a scoreless game. And the right-hander Mark Blackmar misses downstairs to Kevin Rivers, the 6-hitter and first baseman from the left side. It's ball 1. Blackmar's 1-0 is ripped into right center field on a nice stroke by Rivers and a leadoff single as he makes the big turn at first and heads back.
Hitting in the 7th position from New Britain, the center fielder number 6, John Jones, number 6.
Rivers 3 steals this year. He's been caught twice as Dan Johnson will hold him on at first. And here's John Jones, the center fielder and 7-man from the right side. Jones a .273 hitter, 4 homers, 25 runs batted in. Ready for Blackmar. Shows bunt here, drops it down toward third. Cody Puckett fields, fires across to first, his only play in time to get him. So the sacrifice bunt delivered by Jones. It goes 5-3 and moves Kevin Rivers down to second base. We've seen Stan Clyburn do this quite a lot, play small ball early.
In the 8th position, the right fielder number 48, Anthony Hewitt, number 48.
And you know what? The way the Ducks' back end of the bullpen has been this year, you almost have to try to do this against Long Island. They are 22-0 this year. The Ducks are when leading after 6 innings. So if you don't have to lead by 6 innings in, guess what? You're in big trouble the way they were able to shut it down all year. Here's Anthony Hewitt, the right fielder and 8-man from the right side, and he takes a called strike 1 from Mark Blackmar. So again, top of the second, no score. The Bees have Kevin Rivers at second after his single and then a nice sacrifice bunt by John Jones to move him up a base. 0-1 to Hewitt, and he fouls it back upstairs behind home, 0-2. This is the series debut for Hewitt, so he sat out the first 2 games. Batting just .220 on the year, 4 homers, 14 runs batted in. A native of Brooklyn, New York is where he was born, and went to high school in Salisbury, Connecticut, so he's got that local angle for these New Britain Bees, who are about 10 miles south of Hartford, Connecticut, if you're wondering where New Britain, Connecticut is. A check of second by Blackmar, and then his 0-2. Almost hit him at the knees. He had to jackknife out of the way of it for ball 1. So again, about 10 miles south of Hartford, really more southwest, and 45 miles northeast of Bridgeport. So they immediately become a great rival of the Bluefish, as now you got 2 teams up in Connecticut to battle it out. Ducks and Bluefish, of course, have always been a great rival, the cross-sound rivalry. 1-2 here, fouled again behind home plate upstairs by Hewitt, and the count holds. So they're having a really nice first season, these New Britain Bees, and again, when this series began, they were only 3.5 games back of the first place Somerset Patriots, but the Patriots have won each of the first 2 nights of their series at home against York, and New Britain has lost both nights here, so they are now 5.5 out with 19 games to go in the first half. 1-2 pitch. Another foul ball, this time down the right field line. So Anthony Hewitt really battling here to try to get aboard and try to get a man home in Kevin Rivers, his one-out runner at second. The good news for the Bees is, though, they have 7 games still remaining against the first-place Somerset Patriots. Ducks are already done with Somerset in the first half. They played the 10 games. Ducks won only 3 of them. Somerset won 7. So the Ducks have to beat out the Patriots. Now a tie would go to Somerset because they won the season series against Long Island. Here, Blackmore misses in tight. It's 2-2. But the Bees have only played the defending champions 3 times this year. They won 2 of those 3 games, so they're 2-1 against Somerset. But next week up in Connecticut, the Patriots will play a 3-game series there. And the following week in New Jersey, New Britain will visit the Patriots. So 7 games in the next 2 weeks between New Britain and Somerset, and those will be the biggest 7 games of the year for this first-year franchise. Blackmore now misses and falls behind. Remember, he was way out in front of Anthony Hewitt, but now the count full, and it'll be a 1-out payoff pitch. Blackmore holds the ball in his bare right hand behind his back, then brings his hands together, set at the belt. The payoff is a tapper out in front of home. Blackmore fields himself, throws to first, low. Johnson dug it out, and the putout goes 1-3 as Kevin Rivers crosses over to third.
Hitting at the ninth position, Bees catcher, number 19, Nick Murphy, number 19.
So first time in the game that New Britain has gotten a runner to third base. And with 2 away, their number 9 man steps in, the catcher Nick Murphy from the right side. Murphy, the worst hitter on the team average-wise at just 139 on the season. And for him, too, his series debut after sitting out the first 2 contests. Here he takes low and outside for ball 1. So again, a 139 hitter. And in the last 9 games, Nick Murphy is just 1 for 25. He is itching to break out, and he's got a man at third here with 2 away. 1-0, low and outside, though, as Dowd blocked it in the dirt. And the home plate umpire, Tom Gandolfo, looking for a new baseball. So Blackmore upset with himself here, falling behind the 9 man in the order, who's batting a $139 in Nick Murphy. Again, no score, top of the second. Blackmore trying to hang up another 0 and keep it a scoreless game. 2-0. Again, low and outside. It's 3-0. So again, Blackmore's control is certainly not what it's been all season, as he had a pair of walks in the opening inning. Overall this year, he's walked only 15 in 53 1/3 innings, allowing 40 hits and striking out 34 on the year. 3-0, low and away. A 4-pitch walk to the 9-hitter has him tugging at his hat and mopping his chin now as he walked halfway to home to take the return flip from Mike Dowd. That's the last thing he wanted to do, is lose a guy hitting 139 on 4 pitches. So his 3rd walk of the night. Rivers still at third, Murphy at first. 2 outs and back to the top of the order for Steve Carrillo, who grounded out to Cody Puckett at third to open our game last inning. Carrillo's been struggling too, not to the extent of Murphy, but still just 4 for 26 in his last 8 games. That's overall. He has actually been hot on the road. Here he grounds it foul down the left field line. And the count 0-1. He's actually got an 11-game road hitting streak and has exactly 1 hit in each of the first 2 games of this series. So runners at the corners, 2 away. No score, top of the second. Mark Blackmore trying to get Steve Carrillo and keep it 0-0. His 0-1 is in the air to left center field. The center fielder, Delta Cleary Jr., making the catch, and that'll retire the side. So for the Bees, no runs, a hit, a walk, 2 men left. We go to the bottom of the second on Long Island. The Ducks and New Britain still scoreless.
Hey fans, this is shortstop Dan Lyons, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on Long Island's home for news, traffic, and weather. 1039 LI News Radio.
Hey PSEG Long Island customers. Want to learn how to save on your electric bill? Here's one way. You can save up to $100 each year by simply replacing 10 incandescent bulbs with CFL or LED bulbs. Want to save even more? Take our online home energy survey. It's free, it takes just 10 minutes to complete, and it may save you hundreds more. Find out about our energy efficiency programs at www.pseglinY.com/savemoney.
Have your birthday at the ballpark this season and celebrate with the flock. Kona Ice birthday party packages with the Long Island Ducks are now available. Each package includes 10 box seats, a commemorative birthday t-shirt and autographed baseball, a pizza and Kona Ice party in the Hebrew National Picnic area, and so much more. Best of all, the birthday child will stand on the dugout while the entire crowd sings happy birthday. Reserve your party today by calling the group sales department at 631-940-3825. Kona Ice birthday parties with the Long Island Ducks, a once-in-a-lifetime experience.
All right, there you heard my broadcast partner Michael Pollock talking about the Kona birthday parties. He is the birthday boy today. That is right. June the 16th is Michael Pollock's birthday. So again, he does such a great job as the manager of media relations for the Long Island Ducks. You hear him on the air doing Ducks baseball nearly every single night of the summer. Happy birthday to my partner, Michael Pollock, who tonight working the PR side of it, just to our right here in press row. Well, we go to the bottom of the second in a scoreless game. Both teams have threatened but not scored as the Bees have left 2 aboard in each of the first 2 innings. The Ducks left the bases loaded in the bottom of the first. So lots of men left on base, 7 already for the 2 teams. And the bottom third of the order started off here for Kevin Baez with Mike Dowd. Stands in and he takes a called strike from right-hander Sean Haviland, who nails the outside edge. 0-1 on Dowd on the year, hitting .293, no homers, 16 runs batted in. 0-1 is downstairs, 1 ball and 1 strike. Dowd had the game-winning run batted in here on Tuesday night in a 5-4 victory, a single in the bottom of the 8th that brought home Cody Puckett with a game-winning run. Puts this one in the air and deep to center field. John Jones backpedaling quickly to line it up and make the grab for the first out. So Dowd gave it a ride, but Jones tracked it down.
Batting in the 8th position for Long Island, the left fielder, number 27, Anthony Vega, number 27.
Well, here's the left fielder, an 8-hitter from the left side. It's Anthony Vega, batting .287, a pair of homers, 25 runs batted in. And what a series he has had. He has driven in 5 runs in the first 2 games already. First pitch here is inside for ball 1. Last night, only had 1 hit, but it was a big one. A 3-run homer in the bottom of the 3rd. To take a 1-1 game and make it 4-1 in favor of the Flock. 1-0 is in there for a strike. 1-1 now on Anthony Vega. He's starting to heat up, though. He had a 3-for-5 game Sunday in Southern Maryland, just his second 3-hit game of the year. Takes low. 2 balls and a strike to Anthony Vega. Again, Sean Haviland for the New Britain Bees. Last pitch Friday at Bridgeport. Had a terrific outing in a 7-1 win. Vega fouls it down at the plate. And the count 2-2. In fact, the last 2 outings for Sean Haviland have been magnificent. Each going 7 innings. Each allowing just 1 run. He gave up 8 hits Friday in Bridgeport. He gave up 7 at home against Southern Maryland on June the 4th. 2-2 is up high, and the count now full. And he has really corrected it since the Ducks knocked him around here on May 29th. It was this same starting pitching matchup. Haviland for the Bees against Blackmore for the Ducks. Long Island won the game 12-3. Haviland took the loss, allowing 7 hits and 6 runs, his season high, in just 5 1/3 innings. Here, he loses Vega, ball 4. And that his second walk of the night, and also our second Municipal Credit Union walk with a purpose. Every time a Ducks batter walks, the Quackerjack Foundation wins. So Anthony Vega, the 1-out runner for Long Island. And the only man who has yet to hit in the game stands in. That's Matt Wessinger, the shortstop and 9-man from the right side. Vega runs well. 8 steals in 10 tries, and On cue, Sean Haviland fires over to first to get him diving back to the bag, hands first, under the tag of Kevin Rivers. So again, the Ducks with only 4 times caught stealing in now 36 attempts this year. They are 32 of 36, including a stolen base tonight for Delta Cleary Jr. back in the first. Vega does not go. Wessinger pops it up behind the plate, but out of play for strike one. Matt Wessinger has had a terrific season series against these New Britain Bees. Tonight's the 10th game between them. The Ducks have 5 wins. New Britain has 4. But in that season set, he has batted .429 against Bees pitching. And that's second on the squad, only to Lou Ford, who's a .500 hitter against New Britain. Lou's still out injured, though, with that hamstring injury. Here, ripped on the ground is short, could be 2. Carrillo to roof for 1 on the first in time. And wrapping into an inning-ending 6-4-3 double play is Matt Wessinger of Long Island. So that'll do it for the Ducks. No runs, no hits, a walk, nobody left on the twin killing. 2 complete tonight in CI. The Ducks nothing, the Bees nothing.
Hey fans, it's infielder Sean Burrows, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on Long Island's home for news, traffic, and weather. 1039 LI News Radio.
James Simmons is going back. He is looking up, and on Bark in the Park night, that one is gone and reaches a kennel in Central Islip.
That was another home run for the Ducks. And Duck fans, what's more fun than a home run that helps the Ducks win a game? How about a homer that helps the community win? Chappie's Funeral Home and the Long Island Ducks have once again teamed up for the Chappie's Home Run Challenge. If the Ducks hit 100 homers this season, Chappie's Funeral Home will donate $5,000 to the Quackerjack Foundation. So every time a Ducks hitter goes deep this season, watch for the Chappie's Challenge home run count on the scoreboard. And if we reach 100, we're all a winner. Chappie's Funeral Home, where caring for others is a family tradition.
Can't get enough of the Long Island Ducks? Well, now you can get even more inside info on your favorite hometown team through Facebook and Twitter. The Ducks are constantly updating fans through social media with scores, transactions, ballpark promotions, and much more. You can even win great prizes. All you'll need to do is make a free account on Facebook and Twitter, and then visit us at facebook.com/LIDucks and twitter.com/LIDucks. Think you're Long Island's biggest Ducks fan? Get connected now.
Well, Duck fans, there is no better time than right now to sign up the young Ducks fan in your life for the Bethpage Federal Credit Union Ducks Kids Club. Now, children 14 and under will receive exciting gifts, discounts on merchandise, and unique experiences that only come with being a member. Sign up today by visiting liducks.com or give them a call, 631-940-3825, and, of course, that is 940-DUCK. No score as we head to the bottom of the second. Greg Golson, the 2-man for New Britain, in against Mark Blackmar, the starting pitcher tonight for Long Island. Trying to join the 5-win club is Blackmar. Again, 4 different pitchers in the Atlantic League lead the circuit with 5 victories, and Blackmar comes in 4-1 as Jack Snodgrass, the starter for Long Island last night, won his 5th win, or picked up his 5th win of the year. So he has joined that exclusive club with 3 others around the ATL. Strike one, swinging on Golson. And now a rip in the left center field. That is going to get down, split the outfielders, and be cut off at the warning track by the left fielder Anthony Vega. But into second, standing up, is the red-hot Greg Golson of the New Britain Bees, who has his 7th hit of the series.
Bees third baseman number 35, Jovan Rosa.
So he's been aboard both times tonight, a walk back in the first and then caught stealing. And here a 2-bagger. And the leadoff man down at second now for Jovan Rosa. What a series for Golson, who is now 7 for 11. Not bad, 7-11. So Blackmar will go to work here on Rosa, who also drew a base on balls in the opening inning from Mark. Takes it foul out of play, twisting into the right field seats. 0-1 now on Jovan Rosa. For Mark Blackmar, his last time out was Friday in Southern Maryland. He took a no decision in a 4-2 win. 7 innings of 4-hit, 2-run ball, had just 1 walk and 5 strikeouts. Oh, 1. Busts him in, but missed. It's ball 1. Blackmar last year at AA Birmingham in the Southern League as a member of the White Sox organization. 26 games pitched, all of them starts, but a losing record, 6-8. 1-1 here low for ball 2. He had a 3.63 ERA. And again, this is first taste of independent ball after 5 years of affiliated play. 4 of that in the Orioles organization. And last year, as I mentioned, as a member of the Chi Sox organization in Chicago. 2-1, taken towards second over the head of Ruben Gotay and into right field. Greg Golson, the runner at second, though, had to hold up to make sure that Gotay didn't climb the ladder and pull it down like he did on a ball here on Tuesday night. And so he stops at third. And it's first and third, nobody out for New Britain and their cleanup man, Craig Maddox, coming in. So Golson the double to left center, Rosa the single to right center. And New Britain set up beautifully here. Maddox single to left himself his first time up. Runners at the corners, nobody out for New Britain. Scoreless game, top of the third. Takes the first pitch and pops it up. Foul territory, third base side. Cody Puckett on the dirt near the Bees dugout, makes the grab. And on one pitch, the cleanup man is retired. So that is a huge out there for Blackmar.
Second baseman, number 2,
one gone.
Jonathan Roof, number 2.
Again, Maddox needed just a deep fly ball to score the speedy Golson from third base. And still with only one away, Jonathan Roof can try to do the same thing. And Roof has hit really well against the Ducks this year. .367 his average in the season series. So one away now, still runners at first and third. And Blackmar misses in tight for ball 1. Long stare home from Mark to Mike Dowd. And now set right at the belt. 1-0. Check swing down the right field line it goes, but just foul. Oh my goodness. What a break for the Ducks as Jonathan Roof tried to hold up on his swing, stopped it halfway through, took it the other way down the right field line, and it was just outside the chalk. The count 1-1 now on the B's second baseman. And he had the hot bat last night, going 2 for 4. But the Bees still fell to Long Island by 4 runs. 1-1 in on the hands. He swings through it. They say he got a piece. Still strike 2. So again, Mark Blackmar trying to wiggle out of this first and third nobody out jam. Got Maddox to foul out on the first pitch he offered. And now gets in front of Roof, 1-2. Here's the pitch. Just inside. Try to nail that same spot and didn't miss by much. Count level. Ducks playing Roof pretty much straight away in the outfield and at medium depth. And here Roof going to step out. Blackmar readjusts his footing more toward that first base side of the rubber now on the hill. 2-2 pitch on the way. Taken the other way into right center field for a base hit. Golson will trot home from third. It's an RBI single for Jonathan Roof. And the New Britain Bees break on top here. In the visitors' third, they have a 1-0 lead.
First baseman, number 9, Kevin Rivers, number 9.
So just took it the other way, did Jonathan Roof. In fact, all 3 hits this inning. Check that, 2 of the 3 have gone the opposite way as Golson pulled his to right center, but then the 2 righties went, Golson pulled his to left center, the 2 righties went to right center. Here's Kevin Rivers, and he takes a called strike. So again, 1-0 New Britain, top of the third inning. They have 3 hits in the inning and still only 1 away for Rivers, who had a single to right center his first time up. First and second, 1 away. For Jonathan Roof, RBI 17 on the year. Rivers bounces one to first. Dan Johnson has it there. To short for one. Wessinger back to first to the pitcher Blackmar, but just not in time. Oh, very close play at first, but Kevin Rivers able to leg it out. So the fielder's choice goes 3-6. The first baseman Johnson to the shortstop Wessinger. Forced out at second is Jonathan Roof. Reaching on the fielder's choice at first is Kevin Rivers. And Jovan Rosa crossed over to third. So runners at the corners, 2 down. And here's John Jones, who laid down a nice sacrifice bunt last inning to move Kevin Rivers from first to second. Beautiful pitch on the inner half here from Blackmar for strike 1. 3 hits in the inning for New Britain. They're out hitting the Ducks now 5-2, and they have a 1-0 advantage. This one well hit to center field. Delta Cleary Jr. heading back to the warning track, pulling up in front of it, and he will make the over-the-shoulder grab to retire the side. But not before New Britain picks up a run on 3 hits, and they leave a pair. We go to the bottom of the third on Long Island. The Bees have a 1-0 lead over the Flock.
Hey, fan, this is outfielder Delta Cleary Jr. You're listening to Ducks Baseball on Long Island's home for news, traffic, and weather, 1039 LI News Radio.
Long Island's Ford Giant is bigger and better than ever. Sayville Ford celebrating the grand opening of their new state-of-the-art showroom featuring enclosed service drives, luxurious customer lounge, and a larger selection to choose from. Get giant savings on hundreds of new and used vehicles in stock. Sayville Ford's grand opening celebration is going on now. Visit SayvilleFord.com or download the Sayville Ford app today to learn more about Sayville Ford's grand opening savings. Call 631-589-4800 today.
Baseball fans, the Long Island Ducks mobile app has officially arrived. Powered by Clear Vision Apps, it's your one-stop shop for all things Ducks baseball. Buy tickets straight from your mobile device. Receive game status updates with push notifications. Check out up-to-the-minute news and scores and interact with the Ducks on social media. Best of all, it's free. Download the Ducks mobile app today by visiting the App Store on your Apple-powered device or Google Play on your Android-powered device. The Long Island Ducks mobile app, with you wherever you flock to.
Well, hey, Duck fans, that final out in the top of the third inning was the 15th out of tonight's ball game. Now, did you know that a 15-minute call to Geico could save you 15% or more on your car insurance? Get a free quote today. Call 1-800-947-AUTO. That's 1-800-947-AUTO, or visit geico.com. We head to the last of the third here at the Duck Pond. Long Island trailing New Britain 1-0. And as you can hear the bullet, Bob O'Tone in the background tell us the leadoff man is up for Long Island. Phelan Lentini, the right fielder, who grounded out to short to open the game for the Ducks in the home first. Sean Haviland, the right-hander, deals the first pitch to him. Shows bunt, draws it back, and takes a breaking ball strike on the knees, 0-1. Lentini finding his name now all over the league leaderboard. He's first in the Atlantic League in total hits with 74. First in total bases as well with 105. At batting average of .339, third in the circuit. And here he taps it foul at the plate for strike 2. Also leads the league in runs scored with 41 and finds himself in the top 3 in the Atlantic League in doubles and extra base hits. Been a tremendous season already for Phelan Lentini. And again, the fact that the Ducks are still winning without Lou Ford, without Dan Lyons, without Sean Burrows, without Tyler Colvin. When they get healthy, it could be flat out scary. 0-2 is a swing and a miss. So wow, on 3 pitches, Haviland retires Lentini for his second K of the evening. Don't see that too often.
Ducks center fielder, number 5, Delta Cleary Jr., number 5.
And, of course, the Ducks have been the best hitting team in the Atlantic League this season as far as average. They've scored the most runs. They've had the most hits, the most doubles, the most triples. During this series, they've actually taken over the league lead in team ERA, pitching as well. Here's Delta Cleary Jr. and he takes a strike. So 4 pitches from Sean Haviland this inning. All 4 have been strikes. Delta singled his first time up, stole second, got as far as third, but Long Island couldn't get him home. Here, a swinging strike. 5 pitches, 5 strikes for Sean Haviland. So again, coming into the series, the New Britain Bees were the best pitching team in the Atlantic League. The Ducks were second, but the Ducks have scored 11 runs in the series. New Britain scored 6, and Long Island has taken away the top spot in the pitching department as well. Bees have fallen to third now. Somerset's at second. Here, finally a ball from Haviland as it's up and away and off the glove of his catcher, Nick Murphy, and the count 1-2 on Delta Cleary Jr. Waiting on deck, Ruben Gotay. 1-0 Bees, bottom of the third. Little tapper foul behind home plate, and the count holds on Delta. In Game 3 of a 7-game homestand for the Long Island Ducks. Tomorrow, Saturday, and Sunday, the Lancaster Barnstormers make a visit here to Long Island. Saturday, a day-night doubleheader. 1-2. Ripped through the hole in the right side and into right field. So Delta Cleary Jr. is 2 for 2, and the tying run aboard for Long Island with 1 away.
Ducks second baseman number 15, Ruben Gotay, number 15.
So here is Ruben Gotay, who gave us a little bit of drama back in the home first as he hit a ball down the right field line that was originally called a 2-run homer by the umpiring crew until they got together and reversed that call to a foul ball. Gotay eventually struck out. So let's see what he does here. And he takes the first pitch, pops it up, foul territory down the left field line. Long run for the shortstop, Steve Carrillo, who gets there and makes the grab for the second out.
Ducks first baseman number 26, Dan Johnson, number 26.
So that'll bring up Dan Johnson as the 2-out man. Again, Delta hasn't been caught stealing all year. 4 steals and 4 tries. Let's see if he takes off here with 2 away. And again, the backup catcher is in tonight for the Bees and Nick Murphy as James Skelton gets the night off. Johnson drew a walk his first time through. Delta right at the cutout at first, held on by Kevin Rivers. And Haviland fires over there. Close play. It was a low throw, but almost tagged by Kevin Rivers on the hand as Delta dove back into the bag. We told you again, he had that steal back in the first to make it 5 for 5 in thievery this year. Is Cleary doesn't go here, they pitch out. So they thought he was going, as he did go on the very first pitch back in the opening inning. But here, stays on the bag at least for now, and it's ball 1 to Dan Johnson. Johnson with that slightly open stance from the left side to face the righty, Haviland. Delta doesn't go. Changeup misses high. It's 2-0. Ducks down a run here in the last of the third. And have 2 outs and the speedy Cleary Jr. at first base. Walks his lead right to the cutout, the primary lead. And now Johnson with the bat high above his left shoulder. Delta takes off. The pitch, swing and a miss. Nick Murphy can't get it out of his glove as he double clutched. And for the second time in the game, Delta Cleary Jr. with a stolen base and no throw. When he went in the opening inning, the pitch was in the dirt. That time it just looked like it stuck in Murphy's glove. He tried once to get it out. I thought he was going to get it out on the second try. Nope, tried again. And by that time, Delta was in the second. So his second stolen base of the game, 6th of the year. And now he's in scoring position for Johnson, who's got a count of 2-1 on him. Rips it deep to right field. Anthony Hewitt going back in front of the track, reaches up and makes the catch. Oh my goodness, did Dan Johnson give that ball a ride? But Hewitt with a great jump and grab to retire the side. For Long Island, no runs a hit, no errors, 1 man left. 3 complete tonight at Bethpage Ballpark in Central Islip, New York. It's the New Britain Bees 1 and the Long Island Ducks nothing.
Hey fans, this is infielder Cody Puckett, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on Long Island's home for news, traffic, and weather. 1039 LI News Radio.
Few places on earth offer the charm and excitement of Fire Island. At Fire Island Ferries, located conveniently at 99 Maple Avenue in Bay Shore, they offer convenient travel to Fire Island 7 days a week. Fire Island is quickly becoming a top destination for families of all ages. Experience the informal, carefree communities, the dazzling night scene, enjoy fine dining, or climb to the top of one of the tallest lighthouses in the United States. But there's only one way to get there, by calling Fire Island Ferries at 631-665-3600 today. For fare and scheduling information, please visit fireislandferries.com.
Hey Ducks fans, stay up to date with Long Island's hometown team by visiting Quack of the Bat, the official blog of the Long Island Ducks. Quack of the Bat will bring Ducks fans beyond the headlines with in-depth feature articles, breaking news stories, game previews, post-game wrap-ups, and so much more. Interact with the team during the entire season through quotes directly from the players and coaches, as well as exclusive video clips and photos. Check out the blog today at quackofthebat.wordpress.com. Quack of the Bat, the official blog of the Long Island Ducks.
Chris King back at Bethpage Ballpark in Central Islip, New York. We thank you so much for tuning in to Ducks Baseball tonight right here on Long Island's home for news, traffic, and weather, 103.9 LI News Radio, and, of course, around the world at liducks.com. We go to the fourth. New Britain with a 1-0 lead for the Bees, a run on 5 hits, no errors. For the Ducks, no runs, 3 hits, and no errors. Righty Mark Blackmore out for his 4th inning of work, and he begins against the 8-man and right fielder Anthony Hewitt. First pitch is down low for a ball, and the count 1-0. Hewitt hit a little comebacker to Blackmore back in the 2nd inning, and Mark was able to put him out at first base. Late swing, and he fouled it near the on-deck circle where Nick Murphy waits. 1 ball and 1 strike. Well, 4th inning always means 4th inning trivia. Give you the question here in the top of the inning, give you the answer in the bottom of the frame. And tonight it concerns the newest team in the Atlantic League, the New Britain Bees. Again, they replaced the Camden River Sharks, who played 15 years in this league. Swing and a miss in on the hands for strike 2 on Hewitt. Camden from South Jersey. Again, 15 years in the Atlantic League, no titles for the River Sharks. Lost, of course, to the Ducks in the 2004 finals. And that was Long Island's first championship, and lost to the Patriots in the 08 finals. 1-2 is served the other way into right field, but Lentini coming on hard will make the side saddle catch basket style for the first out. Nice running catch by Phelan. So again, in come the New Britain Bees, who are new to the Atlantic League, but New Britain certainly not new to the folks up in Connecticut. The New Britain Rock Cats were the AA affiliate of the Minnesota Twins for 20 years in the Eastern League. And the New Britain Bees manager, Stan Clyburn, managed those Rock Cats for 5 years. Here is Nick Murphy taking a called strike from Mark Blackmore. He walked his first time up. One of 3 walks issued tonight by Blackmore. 1 out, nobody on for New Britain in the visitors' 4th. Foul down at the dish for strike 2. So again, Stan Clyburn, 5 years the manager of the New Britain Rock Cats, as a member of the, again, a Twins affiliate all that time up in Connecticut. In the final year, they were actually the affiliate of the Colorado Rockies, so almost exclusively Twins, as Blackmore misses inside here on Murphy for ball 1. But 1 current member of the Long Island Ducks played for those New Britain Rock Cats and Stan Clyburn when they won the Eastern League Championship back in 2001. So again, which current member of the Long Island Ducks played for current Bees manager Stan Clyburn when Stan was managing the New Britain Rock Cats, and they won it all, the championship in 2001. Here, a hard ground ball took a wicked hop off the chest of Dan Johnson. It did not take a clean hop at all, and jumped up off his chest and then down the right field line. So Nick Murphy at first. We'll wait and see how they score this, because that was just a nasty hop. Looked like he had it lined up, was going to play it at the belt. It jumped up on him, went off his chest instead, and down the right field line. So Murphy's aboard. They have not scored it as a hit or an error, and here they will give the error to Dan Johnson at first base. He also had an error at first in his Ducks debut on Tuesday night, along with a home run, his first hit as a Duck. So the E3, first error of the game for either side, has Murphy at first with one away. And Steve Carrillo back at the top of the order. First pitch swinging. Pops it up the second baseman. Ruben Gotay with the grab, moving slowly to his left for the second out. So again, we'll give you the answer to that question in the bottom of the inning, but we're looking for
Greg Golson, number 7.
We are looking for the current Long Island Duck who won the 2001 Eastern League Championship as a member of the New Britain Rock Cats and played for manager Stan Clyburn that season. Here's Greg Golson. He's had a big night already. He's been on both times, a walk, a double, a run scored. And he's swinging the hottest bat of any player in this series as he takes a called strike. Again, Golson now 7 for 11 in the series. And he has just done it all year long to the Long Island Ducks, seemingly. Against Ducks pitching, he is now 10 for 19 on the year, better than a 500 hitter. Swings through this one, and Blackmar quickly out in front of him. 0-2. Bees have left 2 men on in the first, 2 men on in the second, 2 men on in the third. So 6 left on base already in a 1-0 game. 1 man on right now. And a nubber back towards the pitcher, threw him to second. Quick throw by Gotay. In time to get Golson at first by a hair. And that'll do it for New Britain in the visitors' fourth. No runs, no hits, an error, 1 man left. To the home fourth we go on Long Island. Ducks trail at 1-0.
Hey fans, this is pitcher Darren Downs, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on Long Island's home for news, traffic, and weather, 1039 LI News Radio.
Hey, Ducks fans, the official hotel of the Long Island Ducks is the Upsky Long Island Hotel in Hauppauge. It's centrally located on the north shore of Long Island and offers a home away from home for both business and leisure guests. The Upsky Long Island Hotel features an indoor pool, 24-hour business center, a fitness center, and complimentary Wi-Fi in all guest rooms. Enjoy the contemporary American cuisine at the Fountain Grill restaurant or grab a quick bite to eat at Cafe Pronto. Best of all, it's only minutes from Bethpage Ballpark. The Upsky Long Island Hotel, the official hotel of the Long Island Ducks. Call 231-1100 today. That's 631-231-1100.
Family fun every time.
Beautiful evening for baseball.
Big action every time.
He reaches up, it's gone!
Great value every time.
And the Ducks have won it 7-1.
The Ducks schedule is loaded with new promotions this season, and with an average ticket price of just $10 and free parking, there is no better value on Long Island. For game times and tickets, visit liducks.com. Long Island Ducks baseball. Good times every time.
Ducks have 1-0 as we head to the home. Fourth time now to wrap up our fourth inning trivia. Gave you the question at the top of the inning. Which current member of the Long Island Ducks was a New Britain Rock Cat under manager Stan Clyburn back in 2001? Of course, Stan, the first-year manager of the Bees this season. And they also together won the 2001 Eastern League Championship. And if you kind of put 2 and 2 together, that the Rock Cats were the longtime affiliate of the Minnesota Twins. And you know anything about the Long Island Ducks current roster, that was the big hint. The fact that the Rock Cats were the Twins affiliate because, of course, Lou Ford is a longtime member of the Minnesota Twins and their organization. And Lou Ford did win that championship together with Stan Clyburn back in 2001 and unfortunately came in a series that was never played. The Rock Cats made the finals along with another team, but because the playoffs, the final series, was scheduled to happen right around the time of 9/11, the actual championship series was canceled, and the 2 teams were named co-champions of the Eastern League that year. So unfortunately, the series never got played. Both teams claimed title. And again, Lou Ford was on his way up to the Minnesota Twins. That was his, I believe it was his third season, second or third season. Got to AA, got to AAA the next year, and got to the Minnesota Twins the following year. Cody Puckett starts the Ducks fourth by taking strike 1 from Sean Haviland. Long Island down 1-0. And then Cody swings through a Haviland pitch. 0-2 on Puckett, who reached on an infield single to Jovan Rosa at third base, his counterpart, back in the opening inning. And these New Britain Bees do play at the same stadium that the New Britain Rockcats played at, New Britain Stadium, 20-year-old stadium that opened back in 1996. But you got to feel great for Stan Clyburn. It's like a homecoming for him as a gentleman who spent 28 years coaching and 25 of those years as a manager, including 5 in New Britain in the early 2000s where he won that Eastern League championship. Of course, he's got a lot of Atlantic League experience as well, and I think this combination of New Britain ties and Atlantic League experience is the reason he got the job as first-year skipper of these New Britain Bees. He was the hitting and bench coach with Lancaster in 2014 when they won the Atlantic League championship. And then last year, he was the first-year manager of the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs. Well, again, his first year as manager in the Atlantic League. And they went all the way to the finals before falling to the eventual Patriots in 4 games. Here, a called third strike on the inner half on a breaking ball. Cody Puckett doesn't like it, but he's rung up looking for the 3rd strikeout tonight for Haviland. 1 gone.
Ducks designated hitter, number 21, Mike Blank, number 21.
So here's Mike Blank, the DH, flying out to center his first time through, back in the opening inning. Haviland's pitch, well hit to left field. Greg Golson going back toward the track near the wall. He looks up, and that's off the wall. Going for second is Blank. The throw, he's got a slide, and he's in there. So off the wall in left center, Mike Blank, who homered here last night to left field, narrowly missed another home run. And a tying run in scoring position for Long Island with 1 away. So that's the first extra base hit tonight for the Long Island Ducks. They previously had 3 singles in the game, 1 by Cody Puckett and 2 by Delta Cleary Jr. And let's see if Mike Dowd can bring home Mike Blank here. One Mike trying to deliver the other and tie this baseball game. Dowd also flew out to center his first time through. Big lead for Blank at second. Grounded foul down the left field line. 0-1. Dowd brings in a modest 3-game hitting streak. And now 6 hits in his last 5 games for the catcher tonight for Long Island, Mike Dowd. He and Mike Blank have alternated that role. Not quite alternated in this series, but Blank caught on Tuesday night. Dowd was the DH, and then the last 2 nights, tonight and last night, they reversed those roles. Play on at second, the throw down, and Blank just getting back to the bag ahead of the second baseman, Jonathan Roof, applying the tag. So good throw by Haviland, the pitcher, and Blank having to dive back in to keep himself at second base with 1 away. An 0-1 pitch to Dowd, and he skies it to center field. John Jones moving slowly to his right to line it up. Will catch the moon ball. Back to second goes Blank. 2 gone.
Batting for Long Island, the left fielder, number 27. Anthony Vega, number 27.
Well, we told you about Vega. He's been the RBI machine in this series for Long Island. 2 runs batted in on Tuesday night in the 5-4 win. 3 runs knocked home last night in the 6-2 victory. And they all came on 1 swing of the bat, a big 3-run homer in the bottom of the 3rd to give the Ducks a 4-1 advantage. So let's see what Anthony Vega has up his sleeve here. A 2-out hitter with Mike Blank down at second base. So Blank obviously flying on contact now. Any hit you would think out of the infield should be good enough to get him home. Haviland checks him, delivers. Curveball low and in for ball 1. Haviland faced the Ducks twice in April in New Britain, Connecticut in a relief role both times. And then got bombed when he started here on the island in late May in a 12-3 loss. Gave up 6 runs in less than 6 innings of work. Backdoors him here and gets the strike. 1-1 on Anthony Vega. Vega windmills the bat from the left side. Haviland, the righty, checks second and comes home. Down low, 2 balls and a strike. Waiting on deck is Matt Wessinger, the Ducks' 9-man. Really slowing down his pace right now is Sean Haviland in a big spot trying to protect this 1-run lead. 2-1. Ooh, he chased one way downstairs and waved over the top of it. 2-2. So Vega stepped out and back in. And Blank with a good-sized lead away from second base. Haviland a long look into Nick Murphy as catcher. And finally hands together. 2-2. Slashed away down the left field line. And the count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes on Anthony Vega. Vega trying to extend a 4-game hitting streak that he brings in. Anthony Vega, the league leader in triples this season with 5 3-baggers. So it shows you he's got that speed as well. And right now, we've got a pretty good-sized gap in right center field. Center fielder shading him to go the other way. Right fielder, Hewitt, pretty much straight on. 2-2 down and in. Good block by Nick Murphy, the catcher, sliding to his right. And that holds Mike Blank at second base rather than giving him third. So big payoff pitch here. Again, bottom of the 4th. Ducks trailing 1-0. Finale of a 3-game set. Long Island going for the sweep and trying to run their overall winning streak to 4 and their home winning streak to 5. They've been unbelievable at home this year. The Ducks are 18-7 here at the Duck Pond. 2-out payoff. A called third strike. Oh, Vega can't believe it. He thought it was well inside, but a beautiful curveball by Haviland rings him up. His 4th strikeout of the night retires the side. For the Ducks, no runs a hit, a man left. We go to the 5th and CI. It remains 1-0 in favor of New Britain.
Hey fans, this is pitcher Patrick Kreider, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on Long Island's home for news, traffic, and weather, 1039 LI News Radio.
Oh, I love it. The color of my new Nicolot patio is so vibrant. It's unlike anything I've ever seen.
You're welcome. I'm just going to go finish that Nicolak walkway now.
Make your pavers vivid Nicolot pavers. The best looking, most vibrant pavers with the most 3-color blends in the industry. Featuring Nicolot's exclusive paver shield and color blending technology. With color throughout and guaranteed not to fade. Live life in color with Nicolot. Visit Nicolot.com.
Enjoy the ultimate VIP fan experience at Bethpage Ballpark this season by taking in a Ducks game from the exclusive Trouttown Fan Can. Presented by Roscoe Beer Company, the Fan Can is available for rental at all Ducks home games. It features 12 Dream Seat theater-style padded seats, beverage holders, an air-conditioned atmosphere, and an incredible view of the game. Packages are now available with food and beverage included. To reserve your Fan Can outing today, call the Ducks Group Sales Department at 631-940-3825. The Trouttown Fan Can at Bethpage Ballpark. Your VIP experience awaits.
Well, hey, Duck fans, don't forget you can always chill out with a cold cup of Hampton Coffee Company Gourmet Iced Coffee available at the concession stands right here at beautiful Bethpage Ballpark. Now, Hampton Coffee is the preferred coffee of the Long Island Ducks. You can visit HamptonCoffeeCompany.com or visit their cafes in the Hamptons. To the 5th we go in CI. New Britain a 1-0 lead over Long Island. And right-hander Mark Blackmar in his 5th inning of work. And he will go against the heart of the order, Rosa, Maddox, and Roof, 3-4-5 for the Bees. So it starts with Jovan Rosa, and it starts with ball 1, low and inside from Mark Blackmar. Rosa's been aboard both times. He's coming to the plate tonight, a walk in the 1st, and a single to right center in the 3rd. 1-0, low and in, it's 2-0. Mark Blackmar, when he faced these Bees on this field, May 29th in the 12-3 win, when 5 innings of 8-hit, 3-run ball, had 3 walks and 5 strikeouts as Rosa grounds it foul down the left field line, and the count 2-1. Here it's in the air and deep to right center field, but the running catch by the center fielder, Delta Cleary Jr. in the gap, puts it away for the first out.
Designated hitter number 24, Craig Maddox, number 24.
So bring up Craig Maddox, a single to left, a foul out to third, 1 for 2 on his ledger thus far. Maddox played for the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs last year, so very familiar with the new manager of the Bees, Stan Clyburn. He was his skipper a year ago, and here he takes a called strike on a backdoor hook from Blackmore. Oh, 1 just missed in. Maddox sat out last night's game, was 1 for 5 here Tuesday night, where the run scored and did strike out twice in that contest. 1-1. Taken the other way down the left field line, a long run for Anthony Vega. Loses his hat but catches the ball in fair and then crosses into foul. Oh my goodness, Vega had to go a long way as he was playing out of the pole. And the left-handed hitter instead took it the other way down the left field line. So neither pitcher in this game, not Mark Blackmore for the Ducks nor Sean Haviland for the Bees, has had a 1-2-3 inning yet. Chance for Blackmore to get it after the pair of fly ball outs by Rosa to center, Maddox to left. Here's Jonathan Roof. Nice curve for strike 1. Roof has the game's only run batted in, a single to right center back in the third. That brought home Greg Golson from third base. Wow, he's working it out, working it in. Blackmore's finding his groove here at strike 2 and threatening to make very quick work of the visitors here in the 5th. 0-2. Just low and away, is leaning over to give it a good look and make sure was Jonathan Roof. 2 out, nobody aboard for the Bees. 1-2. Ooh, almost hit him up high. Spun him off the plate and his batting helmet came flying off. So Vega loses the hat, catching the ball on the Maddox at bat, and this time Roof loses the helmet, spinning out of the way of the Blackmore pitch. Marks 2-2, grounded to short. Wessinger gobbles it up, guns it across. Ooh, one-hop scoop by Dan Johnson. And for the first time tonight, New Britain goes in order. We go to the bottom of the 5th, halfway home in CI. The Bees 1, the Ducks nothing.
Hey fans, this is catcher Mike Blank, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on Long Island's home for news, traffic, and weather, 1039 LI News Radio.
Municipal Credit Union is a proud sponsor of the Long Island Ducks. For 100 years, MCU has helped New Yorkers achieve their goals with competitive financial products and services. Meet your important or unexpected needs with an MCU personal loan. Whether it's the cost of moving, a family vacation, or even home repairs, an MCU personal loan is a simple solution. To learn more about how an MCU personal loan can work for you, visit nymcu.org today. MCU, celebrating 100 years of service.
Take your group out to the ball game this season and enjoy all the fun of Ducks baseball at discounted prices with the picnic area, luxury suites, the Smokin' Owls party deck, the Trout Town fan can, and so much more. Bringing your group to the game will be an unforgettable experience. The Ducks even offer opportunities to sing the national anthem, serve as the Ridgewood Savings Bank color guard, be the Nicolak Dream Team, put on a pregame performance, or shag fly balls during Ducks batting practice. To book your outing today, call 631-940-3825 and ask for the group sales department. Long Island Ducks Baseball. Good times every time.
Well, we head to the bottom of the 5th. The Long Island Ducks trailing the New Britain Bees 1-0. Sean Haviland, the right-hander, still working on the hill for the visitors. And he'll face 9-1-2 in Kevin Baez's order. Scheduled to hit Matt Wessinger, the shortstop, Velant Lentini, the right fielder, and Delta Cleary Jr., the center fielder. So here's Wessinger, grounded into a double play, his only time up back in the 2nd. First pitch from Haviland is in there for strike 1. Last night in the Atlantic League, the battle of the 2 first-place teams in Bridgewater, New Jersey. Somerset Patriots, for a second straight night, beat the York Revolution. 5-3 was the final. 0-1. Breaking ball. Slider that time for a strike. 0-2. So again, the Ducks have won the last 2 nights, but so has Somerset. So the Patriots remain atop the Liberty Division, a half game better than the Long Island Ducks, who do have a game in hand. 0-2 here is taken the other way down the right field line. Long run for Anthony Hewitt. Sliding catch in fair territory, and then he bumped up in the air into foul and held onto the ball. What a catch by Anthony Hewitt down the right field line to deny Matt Wessinger an extra base hit. So our first web gem, a little asterisk on the score sheet on that sliding grab by Hewitt for out number 1. So back to the top of the order for Phelan Lentini, who is 0 for 2 tonight. Grounded to short in the first and then struck out on 3 pitches in the third. Missing away is Haviland with ball 1. So again, Patriots tonight looking for the sweep of the York Revolution. Last night in Lancaster, the Barnstormers really took it to the Skeeters. 12-3 was the final. They've split the first 2 games there. Rubber game tonight. 1-0 is a swing and a miss. 1-1 on Lentini. And Southern Maryland last night, a 4-3 victory in the battle of the Blue Crabs versus the Blue Fish. And those 2 teams have split the first 2, so the rubber game there tonight. In fact, last night in the Atlantic League, the home team won all 4 games. 1-1. Check swing. Did he hold up? They appeal to first. Fred DeJesus says he did not. Lentini can't believe it. And instead of being up in the count 2-1, he's down 1-2. Some good news for the Ducks on the out-of-town scoreboard. Patriots were beating York 2-0 early, but the Rebs have scored twice, so that now a 2-2 game, bottom of the 4th in New Jersey. 1-2, a little roller to short. Carrillo waits, fires in the dirt, and it goes past Kevin Rivers. Going for second is Lentini. Here's the throw by Rivers, and they got him. Oh, what a throw by Kevin Rivers, the first baseman, as he got a big carom off the side wall along near the Ducks dugout, right back to him, and was able to fire down to second base. And the second baseman, Jonathan Roof, applied the tag. So Lentini looked like he was going to reach on an error by the shortstop. Carrillo on the hurried throw because of the speed of Lentini. Instead has his first baseman Rivers throw out Lentini going for second, and now there's 2 away. So in steps Delta Cleary Jr., and he takes ball 1. So Lentini was given credit for a hit on that tough play at short. And then he's gunned down at second base, so it'll be Phelan's first hit of the night. But gone 3-4 at second. So just like that, instead of the tying run on with 1 away, nobody aboard and 2 outs. And now Delta Cleary, a 1-hop cue ball to short. Carrillo this time with an accurate throw to first, and that'll retire the side. So for the Ducks, no runs ahead, nobody left. We head to inning 6 in CI. It remains the New Britain Bees 1 and the Long Island Ducks nothing.
Hey fans, this is relief pitcher Bruce Kern, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on Long Island's home for news, traffic, and weather. 1039 LI News Radio.
Hey, PSEG Long Island customers. Want to learn how to save on your electric bill? Here's one way. You can save up to $100 each year by simply replacing 10 incandescent bulbs with CFL or LED bulbs. Want to save even more? Take our online home energy survey. It's free, it takes just 10 minutes to complete, and it may save you hundreds more. Find out about our energy efficiency programs at www.pseglinY.com/savemoney.
M&V Limousines is the official bus company of the Long Island Ducks. Family owned and operated, they've been in the business for over 23 years. M&V Limousines offers coach buses with Wi-Fi and restrooms, party buses, exotic limousines, and so much more. Whether you're looking for transportation for weddings, proms, corporate outings, or long-distance trips, they've got the right vehicle for you. Visit their showroom in Comac or check them out online at mvlimo.com. M&V Limousines, the official bus company of the Long Island Ducks.
Well, Duck fans, don't forget you can follow along all season long as the Long Island Ducks try and meet the Chappie's Home Run Challenge. Now, the Ducks hit 100 home runs. Chappie's Funeral Homes will donate $5,000 to the Quacker Jack Foundation. Chappie's Funeral Homes, where caring for others is our family tradition. Ducks come in with 35 home runs on the year. And so a ways to go, but usually as the weather heats up, the balls start flying out of the ballpark in the warmer months. And last year was very unusual. The Ducks only hit 91 home runs. It was actually the first time in 9 years that they didn't hit 100 home runs. So it's unusual for them not to hit 100 home runs. And after missing the Chappie's Home Run Challenge last year, they'll try to get back on track in that department this year. Still is a 1-0 game in favor of New Britain as we head to the top of the 6th. The game's only run for the Bees came home in the 3rd on an RBI single by Jonathan Roof that plated Greg Golson. So Mark Blackmore out there for Long Island into the 6th inning, and here's Kevin Rivers to lead it off, and he takes ball 1 down low. Rivers a single to right center his first time up, and then bounced into a force play is next, so he is 1 for 2. Blackmore is 1-0, splits the plate, and it's 1-1. So again, we kind of anticipated a good pitcher's duel coming in with Blackmore leading the league in earned run average and Haviland coming off 2 great starts. Grounded the first here, 2 hops for Dan Johnson, waves off the pitcher. Blackmore takes it to the bag himself, and Rivers retired 3 unassisted.
Center fielder number 6, John Jones, number 6.
So Blackmore has retired 6 straight. He has gone 10 straight batters now without giving up a hit, as the only man to reach was Nick Murphy on an error by the first baseman Dan Johnson back in the 4th. Here's John Jones. He's dropped down a sacrifice bunt and fly to center, 0 for 1. Raises his arms up over an inside offering from Blackmore for ball 1. Bouncer up the middle and past Matt Wessinger, the shortstop, who went to his left quickly to try to grab it. And the first hit of the night for John Jones is a 1-out single up the middle.
Right fielder number 48, Anthony Hewitt, number 48.
We go back to Mark Blackmore's Long Island Ducks debut. It came up in New Britain, Connecticut on April the 25th, and it was a dandy in a 5-2 Ducks win. 5 innings of 3 hits, shutout ball. What a start for Blackmore, and stayed on a roll since. Here's Anthony Hewitt. He's 0 for 2. And missing in at his knees is Blackmore for ball 1. Hewitt a comebacker to Blackmore in the 2nd and a fly out to right in the 4th. Of course, Hewitt had that great catch to rob Matt Wessinger of probably a double in the bottom of the 5th. Here in at the belt, misses Blackmore with a heater, and it's 2-0. Got to watch John Jones at first. 14 stolen bases this year. That's 5th most in the league, tied for 5th, and he's only been caught twice. Got a short lead, though. Blackmore hasn't thrown over yet. Marks at the belt, and going is Jones. The pitch is a strike. The throw down by Dowd bounces off the glove of Gotay and away. So it's stolen base number 15 on the season for John Jones. So in a 1-0 game, that becomes a huge theft. And now Blackmore really needs to get Hewitt here, not allow him to get a base hit that could double the New Britain lead. Again, the pitch was a strike, so it's 2-1. Foul ball straight back to the netting behind home. And now it'll be 2-2 on Anthony Hewitt. Again, we told you in the Atlantic League tonight, Somerset and York tied at 2 in Bridgewater, New Jersey, bottom of the 4th there. Once again, the battle of the Bluefish and the Blue Crabs down in southern Maryland. Bridgeport leads it 1-0 in the top of the 4th there. Here, New Britain a 1-0 lead in the visitors' 6th. 2-2 pitch. Number foul behind home. We'll do it again. And Sugarland and Lancaster, the rubber game tonight at beautiful Clipper Magazine Stadium in Lancaster, PA. 1-0 Skeeters in the top of the 4th. Another 2-2 from Blackmar to Hewitt. And that leaping grab at short by Wessinger fires to second to try to double off John Jones, and he just was able to get back. What a catch by Matt Wessinger, going to his right, leaping up in the air, making the grab, and then when his feet touched the turf, or actually it was the grass, slightly out in the left field, he immediately fired to Ruben Gotay at second to try to turn the inning-ending double play, but John Jones alertly got back. So the first web gem for Long Island tonight is turned by Wessinger at shortstop on the liner from Hewitt. So Jones still at second with 2 away for the 9-hitter, Nick Murphy. Nick reached on a 4-pitch walk in the second inning and reached on an error by the first baseman Johnson in the 4th. Here he grounds it foul off the railing in front of the Bees dugout on the third base side, and in the foul territory, now fair down the left field line where Anthony Vega will grab it and underhand it to some waiting fans. Good crowd on hand tonight, over 5,000 on this beautiful Thursday evening to check out Long Island Ducks, just a half game out of first, with again 19 games remaining, including tonight in the final 18 days of the season's first half. Blackmar's 0-1. Ripped to short. Wessinger went up this time, couldn't get it. In the left field, they're going to send Jones. Here's the throw by Vega at the plate. Oh, what a strike! Anthony Vega guns him down with a perfect one-hop throw to Mike Dowd, the catcher, who applies the tag. And John Jones out at the plate to end the inning and keep it a 1-0 game. For New Britain, no runs, 2 hits, 1 left. We go to the bottom of the 6th. It remains the Bees 1, the Ducks 0.
Hey fans, this is catcher Mike Dowd, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on Long Island's home for news, traffic, and weather, 1039 LI News Radio.
James Simmons is going back. He is looking up, and on in the Park night, that one is gone and reaches a kennel in Central Islip.
That was another home run for the Ducks. And Duck fans, what's more fun than a home run that helps the Ducks win a game? How about a homer that helps the community win? Chappie's Funeral Home and the Long Island Ducks have once again teamed up for the Chappie's Home Run Challenge. If the Ducks hit 100 homers this season, Chappie's Funeral Home will donate $5,000 to the Quackerjack Foundation. So every time a Ducks hitter goes deep this season, watch for the Chappie's Challenge home run count on the scoreboard. And if we reach 100, we're all a winner. Chappie's Funeral Home, where caring for others is a family tradition.
Can't get enough of the Long Island Ducks? Well, now you can get even more inside info on your favorite hometown team through Facebook and Twitter. The Ducks are constantly updating fans through social media with scores, transactions, ballpark promotions, and much more. You can even win great prizes. All you'll need to do is make a free account on Facebook and Twitter, and then visit us at facebook.com/LIDucks and twitter.com/LIDucks. Think you're Long Island's biggest Ducks fan? Get connected now.
Well, we head to the bottom of the 5th inning. Bottom of the 6th inning, and the Long Island Ducks trailing it 1-0. What an unbelievable ending to that top half of the frame, as the ball was stroked into left field by Nick Murphy with 2 outs. John Jones on second was flying on contact, their fastest runner. Looked like they would get a run, but Anthony Vega with a 1-hop strike from left field to the plate. Perfectly positioned was Mike Dowd, who applied the tag, and the inning was over, and it's still just a 1-0 game. So we might look back at that moment as the biggest play of the game if the Ducks find a way to rally. So they'll start here with the heart of their order, the 3-man Ruben Gotay, taking strike 1 from right-hander Sean Haviland as the home 6th is underway. 0-1 is a changeup that nails the outside corner. Little fadeaway action on that one, breaking away from the switch-hitting Gotay batting left. And it's quickly 0-2. And now low and in the dirt for ball 1. Again, Ducks with a big weekend of baseball starting tomorrow. The Barnstormers in for a 6:35 game. Ducks t-shirts go out to the first 1,500 fans. Again, it's the first game of a 4-game series, including a Saturday day-night doubleheader. 1-2 to Gotay. is a bouncer to short. Carrillo on 2 big hops goes across to Rivers, and there's one away. So again, Saturday is that double dip at 105. Drawstring backpacks go out to the first 1,500 fans, and then at night, another one of those 17 Grucci fireworks extravaganzas. What a day of day and night baseball here at the Pond, and of course it wraps up on Father's Day this Sunday with a Father's Day barbecue and also catch on the field. You and your son, your daughter, your family can play catch right on the field here at Bethpage Ballpark. Here's Dan Johnson standing in. And Haviland gets strike one. Johnson thought it was a bit high, and he laid off it. Dan tonight has walked and flied to right. Of course, I didn't mention when Gotay was up. He had right now what looms as the biggest call of this game go against him back in the opening inning. I'll recap in a second. 0-1 here is up in the air and into foul territory and out of play down the left field line. You're joining us late. Back in the opening inning, Ducks had Delta Cleary Jr. on the bases and Gotay at the plate with one away. Ruben Gotay hit a ball down the right field line, and it looked like it was gone. The umpires indicated it was a 2-run homer. Ducks thought they had an early 2-0 lead. 0-2 is grounded foul down the right field line. Well, the Bees wanted the umpires to get together and talk about it, and when that triumvirate of men in black discussed it, they changed the call from home run to foul ball. So the 2 runs came off the board for Long Island. It stayed 0-0. And, of course, the Bees have the game's only run in the top of the third. Ducks still trying to get those runs back. Johnson with 3 homers in his last 4 Atlantic League games. 0-2 is low and in the dirt. I believe that's actually 2-2 now. I think the count was 1-2 before that. But Dan Johnson, the newest member of the Long Island Ducks, trying to get something going here against this tough right-hander, Sean Haviland. Check swing on another pitch down on the dirt. And home plate umpire Tom Gandolfo, I think, just checked his clicker. Count might be 2-2, might be my error here, not 3-2. Well, it was 2-2 because that's ball 3 and the count now full. So I apologize. I got a little ahead of myself. And with 1 out and nobody on, it'll be a payoff pitch from the righty throwing Haviland to the lefty swinging Johnson. Here's the 3-2. Rips it down the right field line, but foul. Oh, he jumped all over it, but a little too anxious. Major League Baseball tonight at Citi Field in Flushing, Queens. Mets taking it to the Pirates. Already 5-0 the Masons in the bottom of the 4th. And Yankees and Twins just underway. No score in Minneapolis. Payoff just outside. What a good look by Dan Johnson, trusting that eye. Again, over 400 big league games. And it's a walk, the 3rd of the night for Haviland. And another Municipal Credit Union walk with a purpose. Every time a Ducks batter walks, the Quackerjack Foundation wins.
Batting the Long Island Ducks, the third baseman, number 2, Cody Puckett, number 2.
So second walk tonight that Johnson has worked out. He also worked out 2 walks in his Ducks debut on Tuesday night. And here's Cody Puckett, the 1-out hitter. Johnson right to the cutout at first. Ground ball deep in the shortstop hole. Carrillo backhands, throws to second for 1. On to first, not in time as Cody legs it out. But what a play by the shortstop Carrillo, going way to his right onto the grass in left field, and then looping that ball under his body to his second baseman, Jonathan Roof, as the fielder's choice goes 6-4. Johnson forced out at second. Puckett legged it out at first, and Cody now the 2-out runner. Puckett has not even attempted a stolen base this year. And Mike Blank will be the batter. And Blank with the Ducks' only extra base hit tonight. Long Island 5 hits in the game, 4 singles and a blank double to left center his last time through. Bottom of the 6th, Ducks down 1-0 in the finale of this 3-game set. Long Island trying for a sweep. Beautiful curveball. Dropped on the outside half by Haviland for strike 1. Again, New Britain desperate to snap their longest losing streak of this their first season in the Atlantic League. They've dropped 5 straight games for the first time all year. Ducks have won 5 of the last 6. Swing and a miss as Blank chased one downtown and went fishing, came up empty, 0-2. Mike with that double back in the 4th now has a 5-game hitting streak and 8 hits in that run. He called time, stepped out, and now climbs his way back in, down 0-2 to Haviland. Very short lead at first for Cody Puckett. Now to the cutout. And a check swing. Home plate umpire Nick Murphy says he went around, and it's a strikeout by Haviland of Blank to end the home 6th. For Long Island, no runs, no hits, a walk, 1 man left. To the 7th we go in CI. The Bees ahead of the Ducks, 1-0.
Hey fans, this is pitcher Jack Snodgrass, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on Long Island's home for news, traffic, and weather. 1039 LI News Radio.
Long Island's Ford Giant is bigger and better than ever. Sayville Ford celebrating the grand opening of their new state-of-the-art showroom featuring enclosed service drives, luxurious customer lounge, and a larger selection to choose from. Get giant savings on hundreds of new and used vehicles in stock. Sayville Ford's grand opening celebration is going on now. Visit SayvilleFord.com or download the Sayville Ford app today to learn more about Sayville Ford's grand opening savings. Call 631-589-4800 today.
Have your birthday at the ballpark this season and celebrate with the flock. Kona Ice birthday party packages with the Long Island Ducks are now available. Each package includes 10 box seats, a commemorative birthday t-shirt and autographed baseball, a pizza and Kona Ice party in the Hebrew National Picnic area, and so much more. Best of all, the birthday child will stand on the dugout while the entire crowd sings happy birthday. Reserve your party today by calling the group sales department at 631-940-3825. Kona Ice birthday parties with the Long Island Ducks, a once-in-a-lifetime experience.
Chris King back at Bethpage Ballpark. 6 innings complete tonight at the old Duck Pond, and New Britain continues to lead Long Island 1-0 for the Bees. A run on 7 hits, no errors. For the Ducks, no runs, 5 hits, and 1 error. We do thank you so much for stopping by and making Ducks baseball part of your Thursday night entertainment, whether you're listening on our flagship radio station, Long Island's home for news, traffic, and weather, 1039 LI News Radio, or around the world, listening and watching on LIDucks.com. We do appreciate you coming by. So it's been a good one. Couple of righties throwing nothing but zeros on the board, with one exception, the 1 run scored by the Bees in the top of the 3rd. Everything else is zeros on that scoreboard out in left center. So Duck starter Mark Blackmar heads to the 7th, trailing 1-0, and he'll work against the top of the order, Carrillo, Golson, and Rosa for the visitors. First pitch, a strike at the knees on the outside half. And Carrillo down 0-1. Carrillo looking for his first hit of the game. He has grounded out, flied out to center, and popped out on the infield. Righty-righty matchup. And this one well hit to left. Vega has it played perfectly, though. A couple of steps back for Anthony, and he grabs it for the first out.
Left fielder number 7, Greg Golson, number 7.
So here is Golson, who has scored the game's only run. It came back in the top of the 3rd. He was at third base, 1 away, when Jonathan Roof singled to right center to bring him home easily. He had led off the inning with a double to left center, went to 3rd on a Rosa single to right center, and then came home on the Roof single. Takes a strike. It's 0-1. Golson was really struggling coming into this series. He was just 1 for 9 in his previous 3 games. He's now 7 for 12 in these 3 games. You want to talk about turning it around, as here he waves through one. It's 0-2. How about that? 1 for 9 in his last 3, 7 for 12 in his next 3. That's baseball, folks. Can turn quickly. 0-2, a bouncer to third, but foul. And the count holds on Greg Golson. Golson, again, the only position player for the New Britain Bees that has major league experience. We told you about his Yankee time in the Bronx with the Bombers in 2010, 2011. Also played for the Phillies and Rangers. Swing and a miss, he struck him out. So Blackmar sits down Golson. And hard to believe, but here in the 7th inning, that is the first strikeout tonight for Mark Blackmar.
Third baseman, number 35, Jovan Rosa, number 35.
Only one other time this year was Blackmar limited to a single strikeout, and that was here against the Patriots on May the 12th. So he gets his first K, 2 up, 2 down. Here's Jovan Rosa, and he hacks the first one back to the netting. And the count 0-1. Group of youngsters getting ready behind home plate on the walkway between the 100 and 200 levels to sing God Bless America. At the 7th inning stretch, we will bring that to you. They are from the Lincoln Avenue Elementary School in Sayville. Here a base hit, though, through the right side for Jovan Rosa, his second of the night, and a 2-out runner aboard for the Bees.
Designated hitter number 24, Craig Maddox, number 24.
And now all the parents of those youngsters are lining up their cameras and phones to take pictures and video when their youngsters get to sing God Bless America. The Ducks need one more out to get there. Rosa at first, 2 away. Here's Craig Maddox, 1 for 3. Hits a slow roller to the right side. The pitcher Blackmar will tag him on the way to first. And that'll do it for New Britain. No runs a hit, a man left. To the 7th inning stretch to the Ducks down a run. Here's PA announcer Bob O'Tone.
To the lower concourse behind home plate. That is 6-100. On this Thursday evening, the Long Island Ducks are very proud to present the Lincoln Avenue Elementary School Singers. They're from Sayville, and they will lead us tonight in the singing of God Bless America.
Great job by the Lincoln Avenue Elementary School Singers from Sayville. 7th inning stretch in Central Islip. Ducks trail the Bees 1-0.
Hey fans, this is pitcher Nick Struck, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on Long Island's home for news, traffic, and weather. 103.9 LI News Radio.
Hey, Ducks fans, the official hotel of the Long Island Ducks is the Upsky Long Island Hotel in Hauppauge. It's centrally located on the north shore of Long Island and offers a home away from home for both business and leisure guests. The Upsky Long Island Hotel features an indoor pool, 24-hour business center, a fitness center, and complimentary Wi-Fi in all guest rooms. Enjoy the contemporary American cuisine at the Fountain Grill restaurant or grab a quick bite to eat at Cafe Pronto. Best of all, it's only minutes from Bethpage Ballpark. The Upsky Long Island Hotel, the official hotel of the Long Island Ducks. Call 231-1100 today. That's 631-231-1100.
Family fun every time.
Beautiful evening for baseball.
Big action every time.
He reaches up, it's gone!
Great value every time.
And the Ducks have won it 7-1.
The Ducks schedule is loaded with new promotions this season, and with an average ticket price of just $10 and free parking, there is no better value on Long Island. For game times and tickets, visit liducks.com. Long Island Ducks baseball. Good times every time.
Well, we head to the last of the 7th in CI. The Ducks trail the Bees 1-0. Right-hander Sean Haviland for New Britain out for his 7th inning of work. And he'll face the bottom third of Kevin Baez's order. And that means he begins with a 7-man and catcher Mike Dowd, who twice tonight has flied out to center fielder John Jones. So Haviland to Dowd to begin the home 7th. And there's a beautiful curve that nails that outside edge for strike 1. So Mark Blackmar for the Ducks has tied his season high by going 7 innings. Haviland trying to do the same. Check swing, they appeal to first. Fred DeJesus says he held up. 1 ball and 1 strike on Mike Dowd. But I was talking about this earlier. When the Ducks knocked around Haviland here back on May 29th, they beat Haviland and the Bees 12-3. And Haviland gave up a season-high 6 runs on 7 hits in 5 1/3. That's the turning point for Haviland. His next 2 outings, home against Southern Maryland, 7 innings of 7-hit 1-run ball. Friday in Bridgeport, 7 innings of 8-hit 1-run ball. Tonight he hasn't given up any runs. Ball 2, and now the 2-1 foul back behind home plate, 2-2. So Haviland has been a different pitcher since the Ducks handed him by far his worst outing of the year. That's the only game this year that Haviland has allowed more than 3 earned runs in. The pasting by the Flock here on May 29th. His 2-2 to Dowd. Popped up foul, again out of play, first base side. Ducks have only been shut out this year twice. And they've played 51 games. And they've only been shut out once at home. And believe it or not, the only team to shut them out at home this year is New Britain. Bees came in here back on May 27th and beat the Ducks 6-0. Only time all year they've lost by a shutout at home. Another 2-2 here from Haviland to Dowd, but Dowd is going to call time instead. And their other shutout loss was the opener of that 6-game road trip in York. Last week back on the 7th of June, a 1-0 defeat to the Revs. Popped up here, shallow center field. The center fielder, Jones, finally caught sight of the ball. He didn't have it at first at all, but it was hit so high by Dowd he was able to get under it and make the grab. So Mike Dowd tonight 3 times has flied out to center, 1 away. Ducks have 4 shutout wins this year, but only the 2 shutout losses. And again, Haviland has not had a start this year where he hasn't allowed any runs. He's had a couple of relief appearances where he has. Here's Anthony Vega. And he rips it on the ground to second. 2 hops for Jonathan Roof, a flip to first. And just like that, 2 away. Again, Haviland, for as good as he's been tonight, allowing only 5 hits, 4 singles, and a blank double, has not had a 1-2-3 inning tonight. He's got a chance to here.
Matt Wessinger, number 17.
So here's Matt Wessinger, hit into a double play in the 2nd, and then poked it the other way down the right field line back in the 5th, and Anthony Hewitt made an incredible diving catch and hung onto the ball. There's a slider strike, outer half, 0-1. These pitchers have really locked in the middle innings. Both teams had great chances to score in the first 3 innings, but been pretty much lights out since because the pitching's been so good. I absolutely love an old-fashioned pitcher's duel, and that's what we have here tonight between Mark Blackmar for Long Island and Sean Haviland for New Britain. One in the air and well hit to right center field. Will it get down? Yes, it will. The center fielder Jones cuts it off. Big turn. Wessinger going for second. The throw offline, and he's in there standing. So a 2-out double to right center for Matt Wessinger, and now the tying run in scoring position for Phelan Lentini.
Back to the top of the order for your Long Island Ducks with the right fielder, number 22, Phelan Lentini. Number 22.
So Lentini 1 for 3 tonight. That was that infield single back in the 5th. And when Steve Carrillo threw it by his first baseman, Lentini tried to get second, and Rivers, the first baseman, threw him out at second base. So 1 for 3 tonight for Lentini, who came in batting .339. And with the hit tonight, now has a 6-game hitting streak and 16 hits in his last 8 contests. So he's averaging 2 hits a game of late. Big moment here in the bottom of the 7th. Ducks down 1-0. First pitch, up and in for ball 1. Again, just the second extra base hit tonight for Long Island. And how good has Haviland been? The Ducks have not even gotten a man to third base in this game, let alone home plate. The chant is "Let's go Ducks." 1-0 coming to Phelan. Curveball, and it nips the inside edge. 1 ball and 1 strike. Check that. Delta Cleary Jr. did get to third base back in the opening inning. So again, that's my error. They got Delta to third. And I thought he had come home on what was originally ruled a 2-run homer by Ruben Gotay, only to be reversed and called a foul ball instead. 1-1 to Lentini, and he pops it foul, upper deck behind home plate, 1-2. So yeah, Delta Cleary Jr. got to third base in the opening inning, and no one has been there since. Ducks with 6 hits now, the 4 singles, and doubles by Blank in the 4th, and here Wessinger in the 7th. Bottom of the 7th, Ducks down 1-0, and again, credit to New Britain for not falling behind in this game, because I mentioned it earlier, Ducks 22-0 this year when they lead a game after 6 innings. They did not have the lead tonight after 6. They trailed 1-0. So Haviland ahead of Lentini, 1-2, as Wessinger leads off second, and Phelan will step out and take a practice cut instead. Haviland had never gone 7 full innings until his last 2 starts, and right now he's at 6 2/3. Blackmar has gone 7 full innings for the 4th time this year, but he has not gone further than that. 1-2 pitch. In the dirt. Good block by Murphy, the catcher, sliding right. And Wessinger at second thought about going to third and then thought better of it. Certainly don't want to get thrown out at third base to end the inning when you're the tying run in scoring position. Lentini's had so many big games of late. Had a 5-hit game in York. Had a 4-hit game in Southern Maryland on the trip. Just a red-hot stick, and here he'll get a 2-2. Way low and outside. Nice backhand again by Murphy, as Haviland, for the first time tonight, having some control issues. And a good job by Lentini to work the count full. So can the Ducks get the one big knock they've been looking for with runner in scoring position tonight? Be a payoff pitch. Haviland, a long look into Murphy, and can't get on the same page. He motions with his glove in a circular fashion for Murphy to run through the signs once again. Payoff pitch. Lentini ropes it in right center field. That ball will get down. It's a base hit. Wessinger turns third. He will score. It's an RBI single for Phelan Lentini, and the Ducks have tied this game at 1 in the bottom of the 7th. So finally they break through on Haviland, and here comes the pitching coach, Jason Blanton. I have a feeling that is going to be it for the right-hander as he makes the indication. So Haviland's final pitch of the night, served into right center field by Lentini, bringing home Wessinger from second. We have a 1-1 ball game and a pitching change for the Bees. Again, we'll be back with it. Tied at 1, bottom of the 7th. Delta Cleary Jr. due up for the home team.
Hey fans, this is Marty Jansen, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on Long Island's home for news, traffic, and weather. 1039 LI News Radio.
Northwell Health Southside Hospital in Bayshore is the healthcare heart of our community. We provide outstanding healthcare right here at home with centers of excellence in cardiology, orthopedics, neurosciences, women's health services, and much more. Experience counts, and Northwell Health Southside Hospital has been around for nearly a century of care. For more information, please call 631-968-3000 or visit us on the web at northwell.edu.
Hey, PSEG Long Island customers. Want to learn how to save on your electric bill? Here's one way. You can save up to $100 each year by simply replacing 10 incandescent bulbs with CFL or LED bulbs. Want to save even more? Take our online home energy survey. It's free. It takes just 10 minutes to complete, and it may save you hundreds more. Find out about our energy efficiency programs at www.pseglyny.com/savemoney.
Hey fans, this is pitcher James Lomagino, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on Long Island's home for news, traffic, and weather, 103.9 LI News Radio.
Few places on earth offer the charm and excitement of Fire Island. At Fire Island Ferries, located conveniently at 99 Maple Avenue in Bay Shore, they offer convenient travel to Fire Island 7 days a week. Fire Island is quickly becoming a top destination for families of all ages. Experience the informal, carefree community, the dazzling night scene, enjoy fine dining, or climb to the top of one of the tallest lighthouses in the United States. But there's only one way to get there, by calling Fire Island Ferries at 631-665-3600 today. For fare and scheduling information, please visit fireislandferries.com.
Well, it's now a 1-1 game in the bottom of the seventh thanks to a big 2-out rally for Long Island. They knocked Sean Haviland out of the contest, and in the pitch for New Britain is the southpaw Jarrett Leverett. So Leverett, to make his debut in this series, stands 6'3", 205 pounds, a native of Eatonton, Georgia, and only got as high as single A in his affiliated career. We'll give you his numbers in just a second. So again, the Ducks had 2 outs, nobody on in the bottom of the seventh, but Matt Wessinger, the big double to right center, and then Lentini a single to right center to bring him home. And finally, the Ducks get a run in the home seventh to tie the game at 1. Again, Lentini can fly at first. We'll see if he's going to try to steal here, and looked like he was actually leaning that way, but Leverett will throw over there to get him back. Phelan, the Ducks' leader in stolen bases with 14. That's tied for 4th in the Atlantic League. He's only been caught stealing once all year. So in's Delta Cleary Jr., turning around about righty for the first time tonight against the lefty, and Leverett's pitch is in there for a strike. 0-1. Cleary is 2 for 3 tonight. Pair of singles, pair of stolen bases, and a ground out his last time up to short. So big moment with the speedy Lentini at first. The lefty Leverett looks right at him and throws over again to bring him back. Leverett, 13 games, all in relief, 0-2 record, 3.27 earned run average, 22 innings pitched, 29 hits allowed. He's walked 2 and struck out 16. 8-1 strikeout to walk ratio. Lentini takes off. The pitch is grounded slowly to short. Carrillo fields, fires, and that will retire the side. So for the Ducks, they pick up 1 very big run on 2 hits and leave 1. We head to the 8th. It's now a 1-1 game between the Ducks and Bees in Central Islip.
Hey fans, this is outfielder Anthony Vega, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on Long Island's home for news, traffic, and weather, 103.9 LI News Radio.
Few places on earth offer the charm and excitement of Fire Island. At Fire Island Ferries, located conveniently at 99 Maple Avenue in Bay Shore, they offer convenient travel to Fire Island 7 days a week. Fire Island is quickly becoming a top destination for families of all ages. Experience the informal, carefree communities, the dazzling night scene, enjoy fine dining, or climb to the top of one of the tallest lighthouses in the United States. But there's only one way to get there, by calling Fire Island Ferries at 631-665-3600 today. For fare and scheduling information, please visit fireislandferries.com.
Hey Ducks fans, stay up to date with Long Island's hometown team by visiting Quack of the Bat, the official blog of the Long Island Ducks. Quack of the Bat will bring Ducks fans beyond the headlines with in-depth feature articles, breaking news stories, game previews, post-game wrap-ups, and so much more. Interact with the team during the entire season through quotes directly from the players and coaches, as well as exclusive video clips and photos. Check out the blog today at quackofthebat.wordpress.com. Quack of the Bat, the official blog of the Long Island Ducks.
Hey fans, this is pitcher James Lomagino, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on Long Island's home for news, traffic, and weather, 103.9 LI News Radio.
Few places on earth offer the charm and excitement of Fire Island. At Fire Island Ferries, located conveniently at 99 Maple Avenue in Bay Shore, they offer convenient travel to Fire Island 7 days a week. Fire Island is quickly becoming a top destination for families of all ages. Experience the informal, carefree communities, the dazzling night scene, enjoy fine dining, or climb to the top of one of the tallest lighthouses in the United States. But there's only one way to get there, by calling Fire Island Ferries at 631-665-3600 today. For fare and scheduling information, please visit fireislandferries.com.
Well, we head to inning number 8 in Central Islip in what is now a 1-1 game. And for the first time tonight, Kevin Baez goes to his bullpen. So Mark Blackmar's night is done. And he brings in the 28-year-old left-hander from Owensboro, Kentucky. It's Patrick Kreider in his second year as a Duck, second year in the Atlantic League, and his 7th year of professional baseball. I'll give you Kreider's numbers in just a minute, but what a terrific pitcher's duel tonight by both Sean Haviland for New Britain and Mark Blackmar for Long Island. They both have exited, and both will take no decisions as this game is in the hands of the respective bullpens. 1-1 to the 8th we go. Jonathan Roof, the first to see Patrick Kreider, and Kreider with a beautiful backdoor curve, dropping in strike one on Roof, again, who's driven in the only run tonight for New Britain, an RBI single in the third that plated Greg Golson. In on the hands, another swing and a miss. So a good start for Patrick Kreider. And it's 0-2. So again, we'll go through the starters for you and give you their numbers. Sean Haviland was the first to depart for the Bees. Another great outing for him. He has put together 3 straight gems. 0-2 just missed inside for ball 1. Haviland, 6 2/3 innings tossed, 7 hits, 1 run it was earned, 3 walks, and 5 strikeouts. So in his last 3 outings, Haviland has now gone 7 innings, and 6 2/3, giving up 1 run, 1 run, 1 run. Amazing. As here, Roof fouls it away down the right field line, but he'll take a no decision and stay at 2-1, will Sean Haviland. One-two pitch. He waited on a curveball and slapped it away down the right field line. Count holds. Mark Blackmar, 7 innings for the Ducks, 8 hits, 1 run earned, 3 walks, 1 strikeout. Very similar numbers and very similar pitch count as well. We'll get to that in a second as Roof readies for another 1-2. And that low and inside to even it up. Haviland threw 103 pitches, 69 for strikes. Blackmar threw 106 pitches, 68 for strikes. So can you be more evenly matched than these two guys were tonight? Unbelievable. Each 1 run against, 3 walks. Haviland 7 hits allowed, Blackmar 8. Great pitching tonight by both. Another curve, low and in. And Kreider, who was in front of Roof, 0-2, is now behind him, 3-2. Big payoff here in a 1-1 game to lead off the top of the 8th. Swing and a miss. He came back with that curveball and got him on the inside. 1 away.
On the Cradle Aviation K board, section 207, they're doing a magnificent job this evening. These first baseman, number 9, Kevin Rivers. Number 9.
So 1 away, and here's Kevin Rivers, the first baseman and 6-man, lefty-lefty for Kreider here. Rivers 1 for 3 tonight, his single his first time up, and he takes outside for ball 1. Well, I just ran the numbers on Mark Blackmar. Again, came in with a league-best earned run average of 2.02. With tonight's run of 7 innings and 1 earned run against, he will lower that ERA to 1.94. So Blackmar under 2 now will improve the league-leading earned run average. And the only thing he won't get is a 5th win, which would have tied him for the league lead, along with starter Jack Snodgrass, who picked up his 5th win last night in the 6-2 win over these Bees. A ball to Rivers and the count 1-1. And now a pop foul high on the third base side. Patrick Kreider's been tremendous this year for the Ducks. 22 games, all in relief, 2-0 record, 1.29 ERA. In 14 innings of work, he's allowed only 5 hits. Control's been a little bit of an issue. He's got 9 walks and 9 strikeouts, but the opposition batting a paltry 114 against him. 1-2 is another slapper foul above the screen behind home plate. Here, another foul ball to the netting as Rivers battles to keep it alive. New Britain Bees, one of the few teams that do anything against Patrick Kreider this year. They've seen him 5 times. He's pitched only 2 1/3 innings, and they have scored 2 runs against him, but only 1 base hit. But those 2 runs give him an earned run average against New Britain of 7.71. 1-2 is up high, 2-2 now to Kevin Rivers. Again, top of the 8th, 1-1 our score. The Bees have 1 out and nobody aboard for their first baseman. How about Blackmar, the 1.94 earned run average now, amazing. Kreider's 2-2. Swing and a miss, he struck him out. So back-to-back Ks for Kreider, 2 away.
Center fielder, number 6, John Jones, number 6.
Oh, here comes Kevin Baez. So after Kreider gets the lefty Rivers with 6 straight righties due up, that might be it for Patrick, and Kevin takes the baseball. So we've got a pitching change. Top of the 8th, 1-1 our score, 2 out, nobody on for New Britain. And Kevin Baez will go back to his bullpen and bring in a new pitcher.
Hey fans, this is Marty Jansen. You're listening to Ducks Baseball on Long Island's home for news, traffic, and weather. 1039 LI News Radio.
Northwell Health Southside Hospital in Bayshore is the healthcare heart of our community. We provide outstanding healthcare right here at home with centers of excellence in cardiology, orthopedics, neurosciences, women's health services, and much more. Experience counts, and Northwell Health Southside Hospital has been around for nearly a century of care. For more information, please call 631-968-3000 or visit us on the web at northwell.edu.
Hey, PSEG Long Island customers. Want to learn how to save on your electric bill? Here's one way. You can save up to $100 each year by simply replacing 10 incandescent bulbs with CFL or LED bulbs. Want to save even more? Take our online home energy survey. It's free, it takes just 10 minutes to complete, and it may save you hundreds more. Find out about our energy efficiency programs at www.psegliny.com/savemoney.
So Kevin Baez does indeed want to bring in a right-handed pitcher here in a 1-1 game, top of the 8th, 2 outs, nobody aboard. So what an outing for Patrick Kreider as he strikes out Roof and Rivers, back-to-back swinging. So Kreider's line, 2/3 toss tonight, no hits, no runs, no walks, 2 Ks. Goes to Nick Struck, the 26-year-old out of Damascus, Oregon. Second year with the Ducks, second year in the Atlantic League, and his 7th year of pro baseball. Got as high as AAA in both the Dodgers and Cubs organization. Again, 4 years with the Cubbies and 1 year with LA in their organization, but again, never getting up to the big leagues for Nick Struck. This year with Long Island, 16 relief appearances for Struck, 0-2 record, 5.02 ERA. In 14 1/3 innings, he's allowed 13 hits. He's walked 6, struck out 14, and the opposition batting .245 against Nick Struck. So again, 6 righties due up. Kevin Baez wants a right-handed pitcher. And he taps Struck on the shoulder, or more specifically, alerts him that he wants him to come into the game. So John Jones to see him. Jones 1 for 2 with a single, a fly out, and a sac bunt. Fastball by Struck up and away for ball 1. Jones also a stolen base tonight, his 15th of the year. Also had one here Tuesday night. 1-0. Ooh, way low and outside, skipping past the catcher Dowd and all the way to the backstop, but no harm with nobody on base here and 2 away. Real good game here tonight. Good defense, great pitching. Anthony Vega had an amazing throw from left field to gun down John Jones at home plate in the 6th inning to keep it 1-0. How large is that throw right now? Ducks would still be trailing if he scored. Here a high pop-up to left field. The shortstop, Wessinger, way out, trying to stay with it, backpedaling, and Matt was able to make the catch and retire the side. So 1-2-3 go the Bees. We go to the bottom of the 8th in Central Islip. New Britain and Long Island all even at 1 apiece.
Hey fans, this is Kevin Byers, manager of the Long Island Ducks, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on Long Island's home for news, traffic, and weather, 1039 LI News Radio.
Oh, I love it. The color of my new Nicolot patio is so vibrant. It's unlike anything I've ever seen.
You're welcome. I'm just going to go finish that Nicolot walkway now.
Make your pavers vivid Nicolot pavers. The best looking, most vibrant pavers with the most 3-color blends in the industry. Featuring Nicolot's exclusive paver shield and color blending technology. With color throughout and guaranteed not to fade. Live life in color with Nicolot. Visit Nicolot.com.
Bethpage Ballpark is a great place to watch a ball game, so why not do so from some of the best seats in the house? The Ducks are proud to present the brand new Long Island Ducks Beer Garden. Open for all fans on nights when the Smokin' Owl's party deck has not been reserved, the Beer Garden will feature a variety of frosty draft and bottled brews, as well as several food choices. The area has been decked out with bar rail seating and Ducks branded furniture to provide a comfortable atmosphere for everyone. Be sure to stop by and check out the brand new Long Island Ducks Beer Garden on your next visit to the ballpark.
Well, hey, Duck fans, don't forget 4 big games of baseball here this coming weekend. A single game tomorrow night at 6:35 against Lancaster. Saturday, a day-night doubleheader. First game at 1:05, finale at 6:35 with a Grucci Fireworks Extravaganza. And on Father's Day, a 1:35 contest. Father's Day barbecue catch on the field. Where would you rather be than here? Nowhere. Get your tickets to the Bethpage Ballpark box office online at liducks.com. Using the Ducks mobile app is possible as well, or over the phone, 631-940-TIXX. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Ducks and Bees tied at 1. Lefty Jarrett Leverett, who came in to get Delta Cleary Jr. in the final out of the 7th, starts the 8th against Ruben Gotay, the second baseman for Long Island. First pitch is in there for a strike, 0-1. Gotay turns around about right-handed for the first time tonight. Batting lefty, he was 0 for 3. Fouling out to the shortstop, grounding out to the shortstop, and a strikeout back in the first inning. But he thought he had hit a 2-run homer. Again, the ball was originally ruled a 2-run homer down the right field line, but the umpires got together and changed the call to a foul ball. He ended up striking out that at-bat. 1-1 now to Gotay. Leverett's pitch. Just away, 2 balls and a strike. So again, the Ducks tying it in the 7th. With that huge 2-out single for Lentini that brought home Wessinger. And now trying to take their first lead of the night here in the 8th. 2-1 almost hit him in at the knees. And it's ball 3. So Ruben Gotay trying to get aboard. The Ducks could play some small ball and try to bring him around and then get it back to the pen and close it out. Here, he missed low, Leverett, and there he goes. So first walk for Leverett, 4th for Bees pitching. And it's another Municipal Credit Union walk with a purpose. Every time a Ducks batter walks, the Quackerjack Foundation wins. Wow, I just checked my score sheet. Hard to believe. That's the first time tonight the Ducks have gotten the leadoff man aboard. So it's huge. Here's Dan Johnson. Let's see. I don't think Kevin Baez is going to have him bunt here, his cleanup man. So let's see how he plays it. I'd be surprised. He does not show bunt. And he takes away for ball one. So Gotay has not attempted a stolen base this year. Held on at first by Kevin Rivers. Johnson tonight, 0 for 1. A fly out to right, sandwiched in between a pair of walks. Rips it deep to right field. Anthony Hewitt going back at the track, at the wall, leaps up. It's gone! A two-run homer to right center for Dan Johnson. And that gives Long Island their first lead of the night. It's 3-1 Ducks here in the bottom of the eighth. Steps on third, gets the low fly from Kevin Baez, makes his way to the plate. Dan Johnson now with 2 homers in 3 games as a Duck. And the flock is out in front for the first time all evening. Unbelievable. Oh, what a shot by Johnson, who was absolutely mobbed in the home dugout upon entry here on the first base side. So here comes Jason Blanton, the pitching coach, and he has made the indication already that that will be it for Jarrett Leverett. So the lefty's night is done. His last pitch, a bomb of a 2-run homer for Dan Johnson that has Long Island on top. 3-1 in the bottom of the 8th. New pitcher on his way in for New Britain.
Hey fans, this is Marty Jansen, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on Long Island's home for news, traffic, and weather. 1039 LI News Radio.
Northwell Health Southside Hospital in Bayshore is the healthcare heart of our community. We provide outstanding healthcare right here at home with centers of excellence in cardiology, orthopedics, neurosciences, women's health services, and much more. Experience counts, and Northwell Health Southside Hospital has been around for nearly a century of care. For more information, please call 631-968-3000 or visit us on the web at northwell.edu.
Hey, PSEG Long Island customers. Want to learn how to save on your electric bill? Here's one way. You can save up to $100 each year by simply replacing 10 incandescent bulbs with CFL or LED bulbs. Want to save even more? Take our online home energy survey. It's free, it takes just 10 minutes to complete, and it may save you hundreds more. Find out about our energy efficiency programs at www.pseglyny.com/savemoney.
Hey fans, this is pitcher James Lomagino, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on Long Island's home for news, traffic, and weather, 1039 LI News Radio.
Few places on earth offer the charm and excitement of Fire Island. At Fire Island Ferries, located conveniently at 99 Maple Avenue in Bayshore, they offer convenient travel to Fire Island 7 days a week. Fire Island is quickly becoming a top destination for families of all ages. Experience the informal, carefree communities, the dazzling night scene, enjoy fine dining, or climb to the top of one of the tallest lighthouses in the United States. But there's only one way to get there, by calling Fire Island Ferries at 631-665-3600 today. For fare and scheduling information, please visit fireislandferries.com.
Well, what a monstrous clout of a 2-run homer for Dan Johnson to right center field to break the 1-1 tie and put Long Island on top 3-1. That spelled the end of the night for Jarrett Leverett, the left-hander, and brought in the right-hander, Sean Gilblair. So Gilblair in to make his second appearance of this series. He pitched here Tuesday night in the Ducks' 5-4 win, and he went just a third of an inning, no hits, no runs, no walks, and a strikeout. So Cody Puckett in, 3-1 Ducks, bottom of the 8th. Nobody out, nobody on. Down at the shoetops, Mrs. Gilblair, and the count 1-0 on Puckett, who's 1 for 3 tonight with an infield single back in the opening frame. I mean, what a start for Dan Johnson in his Long Island Duck career. Tuesday night it was a solo homer that broke a 3-3 tie and gave him a lead. And tonight a 2-run shot that breaks the 1-1 tie and gives him the lead. And remember, I told you he had 2 home runs in a game in his second to last contest as a member of the Bluefish. That was June 8th against the Barnstormers up in Bridgeport. Puckett bounces one to the left side. The third baseman, Rosa, awkwardly fielded it but threw across to first to get Puckett one away. So you put it together now for Dan Johnson, 2 homers in 3 games as a Duck, but 4 home runs in his last 5 games, and that consists of 3 games for Long Island and 2 for Bridgeport. Unbelievable. What a start for the former big leaguer. And I mean, that was a no-doubter off the bat. The sound of it alone almost told you that it was going to leave the park. So for the Ducks, their 36th home run of the year. And if they hit 100 home runs this season, they've met the Chappie's Home Run Challenge. Chappie's Funeral Homes will donate $5,000 to the Cracker Jack Foundation. Here's Mike Blank. He had a homer last night, and he takes a strike outer edge, 0-1. Tonight, a double sandwiched in between a flyout and a strikeout. He's 1 for 3. So it tells you Todd Coffey's going to be coming in, the closer for the Ducks. Kevin Baez, before tonight's game in our pregame meeting, told me he would not hesitate to bring him in a save situation, despite the fact he's used him back-to-back nights here against New Britain. Coffey had the save on Tuesday night and then closed out the game last night, even though it was not a save situation, as Long Island was up by 4 runs in the 6-2 win. And now the new pitcher Gil Blair and Murphy can't get on the same page, so they will go out and meet halfway between the mound and the dish and talk about it. Gil Blair, the left-hander, 6'1", 210-pounder from Windham, Connecticut, so another local boy for the New Britain Bees. And again, nothing but independent baseball on Gil Blair's resume. Blank checked his swing. They looked down to first, where Fred DeJesus says he held up. And it's called a ball. Count 1-1 on Mike. 3-1 Ducks, bottom of the 8th, trying to sweep away the New Britain Bees. Here's the southpaw's pitch. Taken the other way, but right into the glove of the first baseman, Kevin Rivers, who reaches up, gives it a squeeze for the second out.
Loving the Ducks catcher, number 29, Mike Dowd, and number 29.
So here's Mike Dowd. His line tonight on my score sheet, 8-8-8. 3 at-bats, 3 fly balls in the center, into the glove of the center fielder, John Jones. So, John, be ready. I don't know, Mike's going to try to put one over your head, I'm sure, this time up. 2 outs, nobody aboard for the Ducks in the home 8th, leading by a pair. Backdoor curve dropped in by the lefty Gil Blair for strike 1. And some good news on the out-of-town scoreboard as well. In the bottom of the 7th in New Jersey, the Revs now lead the Patriots 5-3. So the Ducks lead by 2. Somerset trails by 2. 0-1. Swung through for strike 2. If those scores hold up, Ducks would take over sole possession of first place atop the Liberty Division tonight. They started the night a half game back of the first place Patriots. Again, including tonight, 19 games to go in the first half in the final 18 days. First half ends July 3rd. It does not end at the All-Star break if you're checking your schedule. 0-2, way outside for ball 1. And again, the Ducks do not have any head-to-head meetings remaining with Somerset, so it's imperative that they get ahead of them, stay ahead of them. Again, the Patriots won the 10 games between the Ducks and Somerset in the first half. They won 7, the Ducks won 3, so they have the tie break. Here, in on the hands, Dowd swings through it, and he's down for a strikeout. First of the night for Gil Blair, and it will retire the side for Long Island. But the Ducks get 2 huge runs on 1 hit and a walk. They leave none. Dan Johnson's 2-run bomb, the right center, has the Ducks up 3-1 as we head to inning 9 in Central Islip.
Hey fans, this is right-handed pitcher Frank DiGiulio, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on Long Island's home for news, traffic, and weather, 1039 LI News Radio.
Municipal Credit Union is a proud sponsor of the Long Island Ducks. For 100 years, MCU has helped New Yorkers achieve their goals with competitive financial products and services. Meet your important or unexpected needs with an MCU personal loan. Whether it's the cost of moving, a family vacation, or even home repairs, an MCU personal loan is a simple solution. To learn more about how an MCU personal loan can work for you, visit nymcu.org today. MCU, celebrating 100 years of service.
M&V Limousines is the official bus company of the Long Island Ducks. Family owned and operated, they've been in the business for over 23 years. M&V Limousines offers coach buses with Wi-Fi and restrooms, party buses, exotic limousines, and so much more. Whether you're looking for transportation for weddings, proms, corporate outings, or long-distance trips, they've got the right vehicle for you. Visit their showroom in Comac or check them out online at mvlimo.com. M&V Limousines, the official bus company of the Long Island Ducks.
Well, this one heads to inning number 9. The Ducks have a 3-1 lead, and as expected, they call on their closer, Todd Coffey, to try to finish it out. The 35-year-old is from Forest City, North Carolina. First year as a Duck, first year in the Atlantic League, but his 17th year of professional baseball. He spent all of last year in Mexico. He does have 461 games of Major League experience in his back pocket with the Cincinnati Reds, the Milwaukee Brewers, the Washington Nationals, and his last time in the show with the LA Dodgers back in 2012. And again, he has pitched in both previous games of this series, closing out the wins on Tuesday night. 5-4 was the final. He picked up his 8th save of the year there, and closing it out last night as well in a 6-2 win, a 4-run lead. So again, you got to have a 3-run game or tighter to qualify for the save. He didn't get the save, but for the third straight night, it's Todd Coffey trying to deliver a victory for the Ducks with a lead into the 9th inning.
Right fielder number 48, Anthony Hewitt.
So Anthony Hewitt, the number 8 man, 8, 9, and 1 is where New Britain is in their order, trying to snap a 5-game losing streak, their first of the season. First time all year they've lost more than 3 straight games, and again are in danger of being swept here as Coffey starts out Hewitt with strike 1. Hewitt 0 for 3 tonight. He's hit a comebacker to the mound, flown out to right, and been robbed on a great leaping catch by the shortstop Wessinger of a line drive. Coffey's 0-1, low and outside, 1 ball, 1 strike. Todd on the season, 16 games on the hill for the Ducks, all in relief, 1-0 record, 2.25 ERA, 16 innings tossed, 12 hits allowed. He's walked 5, struck out 16. And the opposition batting .207 against Coffey. The big number 8 saves, trying to make it a 9. 1-1 fastball, didn't miss by much away. And it's called ball 2. Count 2-1 on Hewitt. Again, for Anthony Hewitt, it's his first game of this series, so he did not see Coffey either of the last 2 nights. 2-1. Foul straight back to the netting. 2-2. So Nick Struck came in, top of the 8th, saw one man, John Jones, got him to pop out to short, and because the Ducks scored 2 in the bottom of the frame, he would be the winning pitcher if Long Island holds on. It was Jarrett Leverett who gave up the big bomb to Dan Johnson, the 2-run homer. He'd be your loser. 2-2 swing and a miss. He struck him out. So good start for Coffey as he fans Hewitt. So 1 away. And here's Nick Murphy. Or maybe not. Might be going with a pinch hitter here. Well, they are going to bring in.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, batting for Nick Murphy, number 14, Michael Kraus, number 14.
So they bring in Michael Kraus to pinch hit for Nick Murphy. Murphy was 1 for 2 with a walk and a single. And Kraus off the bench, a .285 hitter, a homer and 18 runs batted in, but he swings through the first pitch by Coffey, and it's 0-1. So Michael Kraus gets a try here. A tough series, though. He's 1 for 9 in the first 2 games with 5 strikeouts. Takes it foul on a curveball over the screen, and he's quickly down 0-2. And Kraus came over from the Barnstormers. Done a nice job, though, since joining New Britain. He was a .268 hitter with Lancaster. He's batted .303 as a B. Todd Coffey just going to try to mow him down here and get this thing over with. He's got a good start. No balls, 2 strikes. And just misses low and away for ball 1. Top of the 9th, Ducks trying to wrap it up. They lead by 2. 1 away, nobody aboard for the visitors. 1-2 pitch. Runs up and away on a fastball. 2-2. Crowd getting behind Coffey here, looking for another strikeout. 2-2. Oh, boy, he had the plate. It must have just been a hair low. And the folks in attendance, some 5,086 strong, can't believe he wasn't rung up by home plate umpire Tom Gandolfo Jr. So full count. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. He got him anyway. Michael Kraus down swinging. And it's back-to-back Ks for Coffey. The Ducks 1 out away from the victory.
Your attention, please, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Batting for Steve Carrillo, number 33, John Griffin. Number 33.
So once again, Stan Clyburn will go to his bench and pinch it for Carrillo, who is 0 for 4 with John Griffin, the former Long Island Duck. Griffin, the big righty, 6'6", against Coffey, the big righty thrower. First pitch misses in tight for ball 1. Griffin batting .220 this year. Really has struggled. Just 2 homers, 13 runs batted in. But he's had a nice series here. He was 3 for 8 in the first 2 games. Be a 1-0 to him. And that pop foul out of play upstairs behind home plate. Bees will head back home tomorrow to welcome in the Sugarland Skeeters, and they'll be happy to go home. They went 1-3 up in Bridgeport to start the road trip, staring at 0-3 here. 1-1 swung through at the belt. It's 1-2. So a loss here, they'd limp home with a 1-6 road trip and a 6-game losing streak. Now the crowd to get behind Coffey. 2 outs, nobody on, top of the 9th. Ducks with a 3-1 lead. John Griffin down in the count, a ball and 2 strikes. A fastball hitter against a fastball thrower. Coffey comes set at his letters. The 1-2. Swing and a miss, he struck him out. Todd Coffey strikes out the side. The Ducks have themselves a 3-1 victory, and they sweep away the New Britain Bees here in Central Islip. They are out to congratulate one another as Coffey picks up his 9th save of the year with a perfect 9th inning. And after a 5-4 win on Tuesday, a 6-2 win last night, Long Island takes it 3-1 here tonight. If the Somerset Patriots lose at home to York, the Ducks will take over sole place atop the Liberty Division. Again, the final tonight in Central Islip, the Long Island Ducks 3, the New Britain Bees 1. We'll be back with our post-game show.
Hey fans, this is Todd Coffey, right-handed pitcher. You are listening to Ducks Baseball on Long Island's home for news, traffic, and weather. 1039 LI News Radio.
James Simmons is going back. He is looking up, and on Bark in the Park Night, that one is gone and reaches a kennel in Central Islip.
That was
was another home run for the Ducks. And Duck fans, what's more fun than a home run that helps the Ducks win a game? How about a homer that helps the community win? Chappie's Funeral Home and the Long Island Ducks have once again teamed up for the Chappie's Home Run Challenge. If the Ducks hit 100 homers this season, Chappie's Funeral Home will donate $5,000 to the Quackerjack Foundation. So every time a Ducks hitter goes deep this season, watch for the Chappie's Challenge home run count on the scoreboard. And if we reach 100, we're all a winner. Chappie's Funeral Home, where caring for others is a family tradition.
Can't get enough of the Long Island Ducks? Well, now you can get even more inside info on your favorite hometown team through Facebook and Twitter. The Ducks are constantly updating fans through social media with scores, transactions, ballpark promotions, and much more. You can even win great prizes. All you'll need to do is make a free account on Facebook and Twitter, and then visit us at facebook.com/LIDucks and twitter.com/LIDucks. Think you're Long Island's biggest Ducks fan? Get connected now.
Chris King back at Bethpage Ballpark in Central Islip, New York, where the Long Island Ducks have defeated the New Britain Bees. 3-1 your final score for the Ducks. It's now a 4-game winning streak. They've won 6 of their last 7 overall. Here at home, they've won 5 straight games. And this New Britain Bees team that had given them fits earlier on this season. Again, the Ducks dropped 2 of 3 up in Connecticut, could only split a 4-game set. The first time New Britain came calling, they finally not only win the series, but pick up the sweep, their 4th sweep of a series this year against another Atlantic League opponent. So, again, just a terrific ball game, an unbelievable pitcher's duel through 7 full innings of a pair of righties, Sean Haviland and Mark Blackmar. It went tied into the 8th when the bullpens got involved, and it was Dan Johnson who came up with the biggest hit of the night for Long Island against Jarrett Leverett, the left-hander. In a 1-1 game, bottom of the 8th, he mashed a 2-run homer to right center. That proved to be the game-winning home run for Long Island as it broke the 1-1 tie, gave him a 3-1 lead, and again, Cod Coffey would close it out with a perfect 1-2-3 ninth, striking out the side. So we have selected Dan Johnson as our player of the game tonight for the Long Island Ducks. He goes 1 for 2, had a pair of walks, the big 2-run homer, so he scores a run, he drives in a pair, and this gentleman who just came over from the Bridgeport Bluefish in a trade on Monday for future considerations, had a big homer as his first hit as a Duck. On Tuesday night, he comes up with an even bigger homer tonight in the bottom of the 8th that won the game for Long Island. So congratulations, Dan. You are our Ducks player of the game tonight. We'll take one more break, and when we come back, we'll run you through the full recap of tonight's contest. We'll check in on the all-important out-of-town scoreboard, preview the upcoming series against the Lancaster Barnstormers, and we'll wrap this one up. Again, the Ducks win it here tonight in CI over New Britain. 3-1 was the final.
Hey fans, this is infielder Matt Wessinger, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on Long Island's Home for News, Traffic and Weather, 1039 LI News Radio.
Long Island's Ford Giant is bigger and better than ever. Sayville Ford celebrating the grand opening of their new state-of-the-art showroom featuring enclosed service drives, luxurious customer lounge, and a larger selection to choose from. Get giant savings on hundreds of new and used vehicles in stock. Sayville Ford's grand opening celebration is going on now. Visit SayvilleFord.com or download the Sayville Ford app today to learn more about Sayville Ford's grand opening savings. Call 631-589-4800 today.
Family fun every time.
Beautiful evening for baseball.
Big action every time.
He reaches up, it's gone!
Great value every time.
And the Ducks have won it 7-1.
The Ducks schedule is loaded with new promotions this season, and with an average ticket price of just $10 and free parking, there is no better value on Long Island. For game times and tickets, visit LIDucks.com. Long Island Ducks Baseball. Good times every time.
Chris King back one final time to Bethpage Ballpark in Central Islip, New York, where tonight in the finale of a 3-game series, the Long Island Ducks defeated the New Britain Bees by the final score of 3-1. Ducks took the opener of the series 5-4 on Tuesday. Last night a 6-2 win. And tonight we thought we'd have a good pitching matchup going in as the Ducks were handing the ball to the right-hander Mark Blackmar. He came in with a league-best earned run average of 2.02. And the Bees would counter with their own righty, Sean Haviland, who would been great his last 2 outings, each time tossing 7 innings of 1-run ball. So we expected a pitcher's duel, and we got that. There was some controversy in the very first inning as Ruben Gotay for the Ducks appeared to hit a 2-run homer down the right field line. That was the initial call by the umpire, but it was challenged, if you will, by the New Britain Bees, and the umpires got together and determined it was a foul ball and not a 2-run homer, and so it stayed a scoreless game through 1 inning. The Bees finally broke through on Blackmar in the top of the third as Jonathan Roof delivered an RBI single to right center that brought home Greg Golson, who had double to start the inning, and New Britain had a 1-0 lead. It would stay 1-0 all the way to the bottom of the 7th inning when the Ducks would finally break through and tie this ball game. They got a huge 2-out rally as with 2 outs and nobody aboard, Matt Wessinger doubled to right center, Phelan Lentini singled to right center to bring home Wessinger, and on the final pitch of the night thrown by Haviland, Long Island had tied the game at 1. So again, Haviland was gone after 6 2/3. He allowed 7 hits, 1 run it was earned, 3 walks, 5 strikeouts. Blackmar was terrific as well for Long Island. 7 innings of 8 hit, 1-run ball, 3 walks, 1 strikeout. So neither pitcher would get a decision as the game was 1-1 after 7 innings of play. And for Blackmar, he did lower his league-leading ERA from 2.02 to now under 2, sub-2 at 1.94. But the game was in the hands of the bullpen as it went to the 8th. So the Ducks would go to their bullpen, bringing in Patrick Kreider in the top of the 8th. He got back-to-back strikeouts of Jonathan Roof and Kevin Rivers. Kevin Baez went to the righty Nick Struck against the righty John Jones, and he got him to pop out to short, and the 1-1 game went to the bottom of the 8th inning. The Bees had brought in Jarrett Leverett to close out the bottom of the 7th after the Lentini hit that tied the game, and in the 7th he did get Delta Cleary Jr. to ground out to short. So they left the lefty Leverett in the game to start the 8th, and he promptly walked Ruben Gotay to begin the frame, and then he served up a 2-run monstrous homer to right center by Dan Johnson that broke the 1-1 tie, put Long Island on top 3-1, and that would be it for Leverett. His final pitch was Johnson's 2-run blast. They went to Gil Blair instead, and he got Cody Puckett to ground out, Mike Blank to line out, and Mike Dowd to strike out. So with the Ducks up for the first time all night for the 3rd straight game, Kevin Baez called on his righty closer Todd Coffey to try to close it out. He struck out Anthony Hewitt swinging. The Bees would pinch hit for Nick Murphy with Michael Krause. He struck him out swinging. The Bees would pinch hit for Steve Carrillo with a former Duck, John Griffin. He struck him out swinging. So Todd Coffey strikes out the side in a 1-2-3 ninth, and the Ducks had themselves a tidy 3-1 victory here this evening. The final numbers for Long Island: 3 runs, 8 hits, 1 error. They leave 7. For the Bees, a run on 8 hits, no errors. They strand 9. The winner is Nick Struck. He picks up his first victory of the season. He's 1-2. Jarrett Leverett, the loss, drops to 0-3, and Todd Coffey picks up his 2nd save of this series and his 9th of the season. The game played in 2 hours and 45 minutes before a crowd of 5,086. So with the victory, the Ducks pick up their 30th win of the year. They go to 30-22 in the first half. Overall, they've won 4 straight and 6 of 7. Here at home, it's now a 5-game winning streak, and they improved to 19-7 at the old Duck Pond. They have a lead in the season series against the Bees now, which is done for the first half. They won 6 of the 10 games between the teams in the first half, and they are 3-0, 3 games into this 7-game homestand. For New Britain, with the loss, they dropped to 24-28. Their season-high losing streak has reached 6 games. They will limp home after a 1-6 road trip and welcome in the Sugarland Skeeters tomorrow night to New Britain Stadium. So the Ducks again winning here tonight. 3-1 is the final score. We're going to check the all-important out-of-town scoreboard for you to find out if we know for sure yet or not whether the Ducks have taken over sole possession of first place atop the Liberty Division, as at last check, the York Revolution had themselves a 5-3 lead over the Somerset Patriots in Bridgewater, New Jersey. And right now, top of the 9th inning, York still holding that 5-3 advantage. So if the Revs can hold on, That would put the Ducks in sole possession of first place. They started the night, Long Island did, a half game back of the Somerset Patriots. Obviously, if the Ducks win and the Patriots lose, that role or those roles reverse. Long Island takes the top spot. Somerset drops into second. So again, 5-3 Rebs in the battle of the right now first place teams at TD Ballpark in Bridgewater, New Jersey. Bottom of the 8th in Lancaster. Boy, a tough night at home for the Barnstormers at Clipper Magazine Stadium. They trail the Sugarland Skeeters 13-1. And in Southern Maryland, the game between the Bluefish and the Blue Crabs has been delayed due to rain. Bluefish had themselves a 5-1 lead in that game. We'll check in on the Major League scoreboard for you as well. Both Mets and Yankees in action. The Mets were home and taking it to the Pirates. They still are. 6-2 lead for the Amazons. Top of the 8th. Yankees in Minnesota, and they trail the Twins 1-0 in the top of the 5th inning there. So a terrific night for the Long Island Ducks as they win it 3-1, sweep the 3-game series, run their home winning streak to 5, and their overall winning streak to 4. They've won 6 of their last 7, and they'll welcome in the Lancaster Barnstormers for a big 4-game series. Again, single game tomorrow night at 6:35, day-night doubleheader on Saturday, 1:05 and 6:35. The night game has Grucci Fireworks Extravaganza. And Sunday, Father's Day barbecue, and a catch on the field. No better place to be than right here at the old Duck Pond. And it's been an interesting season series between Long Island and Lancaster this year. The 3 games here between the two teams, the Ducks won all 3. The 3 games in Pennsylvania between the two teams, the Barnstormers won all 3 contests. So clearly the home teams have dominated in that season series, and the Ducks will try to stay on track and perhaps again have sole possession of first place atop the Liberty Division by the time this night comes to an end. That'll do it from here. My special thanks to engineer Zach Johnston doing his usual terrific job back in our Ronkonkoma studios. Once again, the final score tonight from Bethpage Ballpark in Central Islip, New York. It was the Long Island Ducks 3 and the New Britain Bees 1. We do invite you to join us for our next Long Island Ducks broadcast. That'll be tomorrow night when the Ducks host the Lancaster Barnstormers to kick off a 4-game weekend series that again includes a Saturday day-night doubleheader. Tomorrow night, the pregame show starts at 6:20 p.m. We'll throw the first pitch at 6:35, and you'll hear it all right here on Long Island's home for news, traffic, weather, and Ducks baseball, of course, 103.9 LI News Radio, and always at liducks.com. My partner, Michael Pollack, the birthday boy, will take you along tomorrow night for Ducks and Stormers. I'm Chris King saying thanks so much for listening. We'll do it all over again tomorrow night. Enjoy the rest of your Thursday evening, everybody, and good night from the old Duck Pond.